welcome to Design Inspirations. My name is Becky, and today I tell you what, I have got some serious treats. Not only have I got Spellbinding herself in, she's going to be doing a massive selection of rings. It's ring, 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 ring central. No, it's not the phone, it's us. Oh! And I have got not only rings for beginners, but rings for the more intermediate, and also some double T-bar rings that we're going to be showing you. And guess what? I'm having a crack myself, so you know what that means. Lots of me hiding under the desk trying to sort things out probably. I've also got for you today the most stunning, exquisite, completely natural strand of genuine turquoise. This is the highest grade of turquoise I have possibly ever seen. It's got a beautiful, really light, really sumptuous blue tone to it. It is so truly gorgeous. Not only have I got Spellbinding here, but Spellbinding's brought us some of her favourite gemstones, and we're going to have a whole section of Laura Binding Spellbinding bargains. Try saying that after a wine. That's going to be coming up for you as well. If you are in to doing your wirework rings, or perhaps you're getting ready for serious statement, bridal, even races pieces, then I have got two sections of chunky monkey for you. Some really stunning strands, beautiful genuine gemstones, but not only are we getting the beauty, we're going to be getting sizable, think heavy carat weights, think serious luxury. They're coming up for you as well. Ooh! I've got a bag for you as well coming up on today's show. This is going to be sold completely and absolutely by itself. I know a lot of the times when you get these bags, we might bundle them with something, but we're treating you today. We're giving you the chance to get your hands on either your first one of these bags, or maybe even your second and third one of these. This wonderful portfolio bag is coming up for you soon as well. Wire bargains, lazy daisies back in. I've got a quantity avalanche as well today. So in the quantity avalanche, when we do price avalanche, we'll start high, go low. We're doing that, but in quantity. So some of these might well be your last chance to purchase, and some of them, because we've got so many, I'm going to be giving some cracking deals in that as well. So seriously, so much for you to keep you entertained today. Let's ask how Laura B is. Hello. Spellbinding.
Hi.
Have you noticed that we've copied outfits today? We love it, don't we? We love. What are you doing for us today then? I've said rings, gives a little bit more insight.
Well, we're going to do a nice advanced woven ring using a different combination of colours, so you can really see the different techniques that we're putting into it. And then we're going to do a nice chunky double ring and just some fun rings really. So that's pretty much, you know, and I've got 2 ring mandrels, one for me, one for you.
Yes! I'm excited. Now we are in our chunky monkeys. I'm referring to the gemstone, not myself. Look at what I've got for you here. This is high shine, high colour. 140 carats worth of your coated multicolour carnelian. The size of these, I said they were chunky, all the way up to 26 by 11 on these ones. Now, these are coated to give you this really interesting, almost a metallic diesel-like effect. What do you think of this strand?
I actually had that as a part of my challenge on Friday.
Oh my goodness, you did on the late. I remember because I've seen the pictures.
Yeah, and I just wire wrapped it with gold-plated wire. And just put 4 of them in a pendant, all at different angles, because if you look at them, they're faceted differently on both sides. So on some they're faceted going down, and some they're going across.
On one side it's sort of the rectangular, and then on the other side you've got the kind of graduating in, aren't you, haven't you?
Yeah.
Which is quite nice because you can pick which side you prefer then.
You can, and it really, and you know, goes with the shape as well. There's some sort of more longer ones where it looks really nice with the sort of vertical ones. So it's, yeah, I love them. I think they're great.
I love as well. Are those pictures on Facebook? I'm sure they are.
There is a picture. I do actually have the pendant because I've got it.
Can we have a look?
I don't have it with me, but what I will do is take a really nice picture and pop it on Facebook when I get home.
Good plan.
Because I didn't know. See, I didn't know you were doing it.
So I've got 140 carats worth of this here for you. If you haven't opened your basket, get it open now. It's only $2.95 for the whole day. Your price today on this is just £9.95, which is extraordinary. When you have a little look at the amount you're getting on here, these are huge in size as well. Gorgeous amount of goodies you could do with these. Let's have a look for a ring. This is our ring show. Oh wow, that is just not only the perfect size, but really eye-catching, isn't it? How pretty. £9.95 is your price on these today. RU 98. Now, spellbinding, I'm going to be giving you some gemstones from this selection.
Yes.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just having a little look. I think I might. How do you feel about Moonstone?
Love Moonstone. It's my birthstone.
Oh, it is, of course. Well then, you'll appreciate this. You've got here 105, carats worth of your rainbow Moonstone. This is your graduated faceted medium nuggets. Now, can you see this beautiful blue shiller just coming across the surface here? So beautiful. RU42. Now the nuggets, if you're not used to maybe working with nuggets like this, definitely give them a go. Because you don't have to work with these a lot to get a really interesting look. If you are into the more sort of organic, boho chic kind of looks, then this could most certainly be the strand for you. You've got 15 centimetres worth on this strand, and these are 15 by 4 mil. Now, Rainbow Moonstone is an interesting one because we don't just give it this name because it's pretty. It actually has to actually go to a lab to be given and authenticated the name of Rainbow Moonstone. And some of the things that they look for is the rainbow sheen. So you'll be able to see, you get blues in here, but you also get yellows. Occasionally you'll get pops of purple and pink as well in there. So each one of these has to be given the AOK to be given that beautiful name. Let's give you a beautiful price, shall we? £9.95 is your price on this today, and it's Laura's challenge. So we will not only get to see this beautiful gemstone strand in the flesh when we get it home, but we'll be able to see what spellbinding magic is whipped up on this as well. At around 4:45, we will be having a little look at that. What do you think of this first one I've picked for your challenge?
I think it's really nice. It's nice to have something a little bit different as well, because of the way that they're drilled. It's nice to be able to see how you can incorporate that and still see the beauty of the stone.
I cannot wait. Anything coming to mind?
I'm thinking of a ring. I don't know. Now I'm going to have a play.
I can't wait. Whoa. Chunky.
Chunky.
Chunky
My
monkey.
kind of stone.
This is a bit, isn't it? I would definitely see you working with this. Take a look. These are huge. I don't know about chunky monkey, more like gorilla. They're massive. 550 carats worth of your green ocean jasper, and these are your puffy coins. 25 mil. These ones are. You do not have to work with these hard at all, do you? Because they're so large. I really, really like jasper because you do get this really organic, natural, almost scenic view in each one of them. And actually it's something that this gemstone has been loved and adored for so many years. The Greeks, the Romans, and the Egyptians actually worked with this gemstone a lot, not only for jewellery, but actually creating mosaic art as well. And a lot of the pieces that have been discovered, ancient artefacts, have been created with jasper because, of course, it is a natural gemstone. It lasts and lasts and lasts. So we've actually been able to find ancient Greek and Roman and Egyptian mosaics made up with this gorgeous gemstone, which is still just in beautiful tact. It's gorgeous, green, and it's because it's so ancient as well. There are so many fables and myths. You know I love my stories and my myths on gemstones, don't I? And there's so much behind this. If you get this home today, do a little bit of research, because actually some of the stories that are related to it, especially the ancient Greek stories related to jasper, it might actually inspire some of your designs and some of your ideas. These are huge. These 3 you might want to use on per piece, maybe just one. The size itself is huge, the price itself is not. You're going to love this. Less than a tenner, £8.95. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of these whoppers I've got on this strand. £8.95 for 16 of these. Of course, it is done on carat weight, but more than likely you'll be getting the same because these are all 25 mil, 550 carats worth. This could be a huge statement ring, but it could just mean one with maybe a little bit of lazy daisy around it as a beautiful bracelet and just that as a centerpiece.
What's really nice about that is it is actually really versatile. So you could just go to town with it, make a nice wire wrap pendant and really make a feature of the stone, or you could, like you say, keep it quite simple and really let the beauty of the stone shine through. So I would be buying them. They're my kind of stone.
Yeah, I'm really feeling that, definitely. How beautiful to get your hands on this today. £8.95. And don't worry, if you are interested in Lazy Daisy, she's back, she's revived, she's not lazy at all. It's the Viking knit Lazy Daisies coming back for you in a little bit as well. I'm excited to bring you that. £8.95, last chance to purchase. Lower on numbers now, treat yourself whilst you can. I have got for you now. I'm so sorry, can you tell I've got a bad throat if you hear me coughing and spluttering? I've got this kind of slightly, I don't know, I feel like Barry Whitey, kind of this gruffly, like if I made a phone call to anyone, I'd think it was a weird phone call. I think I've got that sort of voice. And I've got some mixed metal wire for you now. This is called hammered rings. Now the reason we're looking at this is because we're going to be talking through how to create some really strong, beautiful rings, but with the hammered effect on these. Have you got your hammered one on today? Pip wants to know.
Oh, I was having panic this morning.
She forgot.
I'm sorry, but I can make one.
Did you remember? Yes, make one. Challenge accepted. This is your mixed hammered because these are the highest gauges that we currently do. You've got your 1, 2, 5, which is in the silver colour, and you've got your 1.5, which is in the gold colour. 10 metres of each of these. They're strong, they're sturdy. Don't just think for rings, of course you can use them for absolutely anything. If you want to do the outer line of a body, if you want to create some of those wonderful Alison Terry pieces, the boxes, then using high gauges is perfect for that. Your price today on these should be £17.90, but it's designer inspiration. We've duoed them together, so they're coming to you today for just £12.95. Get yourself on the phone whilst you can for these. If you haven't had a go with the stronger gauges, give them a go. Honestly, I know they sound slightly daunting. As soon as I saw 1.5, I thought that's going to be really hard to work with. But actually, you know that peacock I showed you? Yeah. The body of that's 1.5.
Yeah, because it's really strong structurally.
It's really strong, but really malleable.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to, in fact, I don't know what I've done with my pliers. I've lost my pliers completely, probably down the back of the sofa. But I did it all with my fingers. Yeah. It is malleable enough to work the 1.5. There's loads of web bidders coming in on this today. Do give it a go, you know, because this is the 1.5 and you can see even with your fingers, but once it's in place, it is strong, it is sturdy, and as soon as you hammer it.
Yeah, and the other thing about it is one of those that as you wear it, it will naturally work harden as well. So if you make a ring and you don't hammer it, the more you wear it, the more solid the ring will become anyway. So, you know, because it's got that strength.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think, what do you think of the mixed metal look as well?
I love it. I think it's great. And again, it's those colours that everybody recognises and feels safe with. It's gold and it's silver. So you can't go wrong with that because it's a guaranteed, people know it and recognise it and feel safe with it.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. Yeah, no, I do get that. There's probably about 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 of you online with this in your basket. Do just check it out to make sure that it becomes yours 110%. Get it whilst you can, especially if you are planning on creating some really hefty, sturdy pieces. Your discount today is around £5, so you can't really sniff at that, can you?
No, you can't go wrong. And you would get your money back on one ring. You know, you don't have to do, you could do tons of rings out of that, because obviously it's 10 metres, so you've got 20 metres altogether. You're not going to use a metre to make a ring. You can make use half a metre of that. So you can imagine the amount of rings you're going to make out of it. If you want to make rings, you know, you can use it for structural torques, even just for pendants.
Do you know what, it is actually really very, very good for torques, because if you ever try to make one out of 1 mil, it is doable, and especially if you hammer it, there is strength. But there's always that chance that it'll just bend out slightly, isn't there?
It will kind of kink out and shape a little bit. If I'm going to use 1 mil, I'll use 3 pieces together now. I've started using 3.
To give it something.
Yeah.
But you don't have to work as hard with these. So much stronger. £12.95 you need to stay on the phone lines, because I've probably got about 10 of it in your baskets now. Stay exactly where you are. I will be with you. Well, I won't. Could you imagine if I had to answer the phones as well as doing this? Hello, yeah, let me process your order. £12.95 is your price on these. £5 saving. Stay exactly where you are. I'm just going to move on now. Chunky monkey time is going well. Where am I going to, Pippi Longstockings? Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm just delving in here. I'm so excited to show you this. Have you seen this?
Oh no.
Okay, describe in 3 words, please.
Lush. Lush, lush.
Good, good. Oh, isn't she like a human dictionary? Lush, lush and lush.
I could have said girt lush.
Girt lush. Have a look at these. Spoken by a true expert, they're lush. They are lush.
They are proper lush, mine.
Honestly.
Honestly, my lover.
Honestly, my lover. I'd say they were lush.
No, like proper lush.
What would you think of doing with these? 150 carats worth of your watermelon solar quartz.
I don't know. I love the fact that there are different shapes as well. Every one of them is different. I know I'm a bit of a record, but I would put them in a pendant, because for me, I would want the feature to be that stone. I would put wire around them, but I wouldn't cover the stone, because they're so unusual. But I'd also have them as a cuff. Imagine if you had a nice cuff, just one of those set in the middle. It would look really nice.
Gorgeous.
You'd really see it then as well.
And Joe, I love with these as well, you've got the outside, like the rough section.
Yeah.
It just makes it so beautiful, so organic feeling.
Every single one is so different.
Totally different.
And I think being that colour range as well, they would go with such a range of colours, because they would go with your copper, your antique bronze, but they would also go with your silver, even your chartreuse and your pinks. You could use all of your colours with it.
And gemstone wise as well, we've got some gorgeous prehnite coming up later. That'll go.
Yeah.
Morganite, rose quartz.
Yeah, anything like that. It's going to pick up all the colours, isn't it? The moonstone, all of that. It's quite, I know it's pink and green, but it's quite neutral colours as well.
Yeah, it actually is, isn't it? It's really springtime, really fun. I am in love with this. I really am. I think it's gorgeous. Get it home to fully appreciate it. 150 carats worth of your beautiful watermelon solar quartz. Your price is just £11.95 for you. Do get your hands on this, do get it home, because honestly, it's a little beauty. It's so pretty, and the thing is, I'm not going to say to you, oh, get yourself 3 or 4 strands. To be honest, you only really need to get yourself 1.
Yeah.
Really, I'll be honest with you. I know I probably shouldn't be saying that, but you only really need 1, because I've got 6 on mine, and that would be 6 individual statement pieces for £11.95. They're stunning.
I would net one in a ring. Having a look at them properly on the screen, I can see some are slightly rounder. So I'd probably just do that as a nice focal ring, and because they are top drilled, I would net it in like the caged effect and have that as a real nice ring.
Oh, I love statement. Oh no, I've only got 57 of these left now. 54. Okay, it's time for you to get your hands on this whilst you can. There is a few of you on the phone. We will be with you. Don't worry, there isn't a major queue, but please get on here whilst you can, because let's have a look. I'm just thinking black polo neck, or you know, the black turtleneck polo necks. What do you think? I just think it makes him, it kind of pops, definitely.
Yeah. And the thing is, even if you don't use wire, even if you do beading, you do macrame, anything like that, that would look really beautiful with just a 3-strand weave of gemstones with it. You know, so you don't have to use wire. You can put it in all types of mediums. It would look lovely if you used a friendly plastic. I've seen Liz sort of create almost like a cabochon backing for them. And then, you know, so you could really enhance the beauty then, you know, against black, something like that.
Beautiful idea, but I've only got 36 of them left now. It's a bit of a pain. Stay where you are, though, on the phone line. £11.95, and honestly, when you get them home, you'll be able to see they've got this lovely internal sort of glitter to them. It's really pretty. I've got another challenge strand here for you.
Ooh.
Oh, oh, oh.
They are nice. I like them.
Do you like these?
I do. I like them.
Well, that's handy.
Because I'm
Did you
having
get
them.
them in your challenge?
Yay. Oh, they are pretty.
They are pretty, aren't they? This is a very pretty strand, but is it the right one is the question. It's not. It was in that box though, my love.
Does that mean I don't get that?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
I think they might have sent us over the wrong thing. Squares. Okay. They've sent us over the wrong thing, we think. I know. Sorry. Like that. Do you like it?
Yeah. You
Tough.
can't have it.
Tough. Have a look at these. These are a bit gorgeous.
Oh, I like them.
Right, now these are quite large. Could you make cufflinks with them?
I don't know if they'd be possibly a little bit too large, but I guess you could, because
you don't
it's
have to
going
be
on.
able
You
to
don't have to
pop-
put it through.
No, you have to be able to pull the other side through, don't you?
I guess you could then.
This is a beautiful strand of Rhodonite, and these are your puffy squares. Now these ones are coming to you in your challenge.
Oh, yay.
Now these are 20 by 20 mil. And you've got in here that gorgeous veining, which is so unusual and so unique. If we have a little look at all of these, okay, so there's hardly any veining in here. There's this gorgeous, almost amalgamation of colours, isn't there? But actually there is quite a strong zonality to that. And then look at the one next to it. It's almost this, you know, the expensive handbags that have this kind of effect to them.
Yeah.
It's got that feel to it. They're all totally different. This one always looks like a map. It's gorgeous. And then look, this one's almost a turtle shell kind of appeal. There is 600 carats worth in here, and they're hugely different. What are we thinking with this strand, Spellbind?
Well, I'm thinking I might do what I said about netting a ring. Since as we're out on a bit of a ring theme, so I might do a nice ring and net that to be the focal. Net it in.
I think that's a really pretty idea. And these are actually a great size for a ring, aren't
Yeah,
they?
'cause they-
Well, for me anyway.
Well, yeah, they're the kind of size for you. They're the kind of in between size where if I was to sort of go over the top with wire on them, they could become a little bit too large, a bit too over the top. But if you keep it quite simple, you still get that impact of the stone. And
Yeah,
like
I
you
think-
say, because of the markings on it, I don't want to take the beauty away too much. So yeah, I think I might have a go at doing that.
I can definitely agree with that. Now, 600 carats worth, price point wise, for a brand new, you're the first person who gets to play with these. These are brand spanking new.
Yay!
What price point are you thinking? Hard to say. But if I said 15 quid, would you be all right with that?
Well, yeah, because if
600 carats.
Well, yeah, because look at each one; they're sizable gemstones, aren't they? And for me, the way that I work, as a lot of people know how I work, I would use them individually as features.
Yeah.
But then you could still get away with sort of using 5. What would look really nice if you just had 5 together here, and then just a simple bit of chain here or a bit of Viking knit here. So you still got that impact, and you're only using 5, and you still got a ton of gemstones left to make rings, to make earrings, to make cufflinks, make pendants. You'd get your money back on one pendant.
Because there's so much on here, there truly is. So that price you'd be happy with. You're going to love what's going to happen then. It's amazing. Not 15. £6.95 is your price on these today. And there's loads on there. There are so many on here. 600 carats worth today. This is a beautiful little addition to your collection. One of those strands that will last you and last you. Time and time again you can pull this out. Time and time again you can use it. And because each one is so different, it's got some salmon pinks, all the way to your burnt umbers, all the way to your jets in here. Time after time you can use this strand on pieces that will look as unique and individual as the gemstones themselves. £6.95 is your price for these today. Where are we heading, my love? Okie pokey. Have a little look. I love the drill holes on these. Take a look for me. I love that they slot into each other. These are stunning. I love the drill hole on these because you see how they overlap, and then when you turn them to the side, you've got this gorgeous undulating effect, haven't you? 160 carats worth of your blue colour chalcedony, and these are your graduated faceted puffy coins. These are 12 to 16 mil. Again, chunky but wearable. Your price today for JEGK20 is just £9.95 because they've got this overlay look. You don't have to do much. Just imagine this. Really pretty. You don't have to do much with these at all.
No. And imagine if you put copper or something with that and just put copper jump ring in. If you restranded it as a bracelet, as a stretchy, and put copper jump ring in between, or a couple of copper jump rings in between, you'd get that flash of copper as the stones moved.
I think that's a beautiful plan. Last challenge, Laura strand. I've got it here for you. This is lengthy. Oh my goodness. Take a little look at these. I hope you get the feel of these at home. Some of them have the amber-like effect. You know, almost encapsulated nature. Some of them have got this gorgeous. Can you see into this one? Now that actually looks like it's on the surface, but it's not. It's all trapped within. It almost looks like this internal beautiful moss veining happening in here. Oh my goodness, this strand is stunning. When I saw it upstairs, I thought it was going to be pretty, but to see it in real life is exquisite. These are 270 carats worth of your fancy jasper top drilled marquises. And we are going to be seeing from the lovely Laura Binding, who is Viking knitting away, what exactly we could create with these. You could create some statement flowers with this, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could.
270 carats worth, they're huge, all the way up to 25, well they're all in fact, sorry, 25 by 18 mil. WQGP 43. Honestly, promise, get these home to enjoy them because you are going to be blown away. Your price today, £5.95 for these. That's a stunner, isn't it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think I've got about 18 on my strand. Do get these home to have a look. Laura, I'll come and show you in a minute, but they are so exquisite.
Let me have the wires to go with it, because I've got an idea.
Oh, go on then. I don't know, I haven't asked him, but I say it's fine. Your price to these today, get them whilst you can, £5.95 for you. After the break, I have got some beautiful wirework rings with Laura B and plenty more fun. See you then.
Join guest designers Debbie Bulford and Rachel Norris to explore the endless possibilities of combining polymer clay and wirework. This DVD guides you through a variety of projects and will give you the inspiration you need to create your own designs. Advance your jewellery making and fuse your talents together with this amazing DVD. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
Jewellery Maker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information. Come and join guest designer Louise Jacobson on our Wirework Rings course. Louise will guide you through how to design a combination of ring styles and shapes. You will learn a variety of techniques, including how to use a ring mandrel, how to design bands and shanks, and how to attach gemstones. The full course includes a selection of colours and gauges of wire, a generous scoop of mixed gemstones, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios, and a visit to our museum. All of this for $69.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Everybody, to a very croaky Rebecca Redican today. Oh, I've got a bit of a bad throat. I don't know where it's come from. It's that time of year, isn't it? Everyone passes it around. My name is Becky, and today I am joined by a lady spellbinding herself. She's just nipped off to grab us some more beautiful rings. I have got coming up for you in this section. Well, in this section and also in my spellbinding second section, we're going to be looking at making rings. Not only am I going to get involved, but we're going to be starting off with the basics, and we're going to be going all the way up to a really advanced wirework ring. So it truly is something for everyone today. But let's get you started. Today, we have separated each of the designer inspiration kits into two sections. That means that, for example, say you've got loads of wire at home, but you just want to get your hands on the gemstones, we're going to make that possible for you today. Same vice versa, but also you might want to get your hands on both because there's going to be some great deals. Starting off with these beautiful 3 strands of gemstones for your advanced woven ring. You've got in here 140 carats worth of your carnelian, and these are your carved flowers, 8mm. So let me show you these really closely because I want you to just really feel how impressive and how high-end these are. Now, sometimes when it comes to pricing gemstones, of course there's a lot of things that come into play. There is the quality, there is also the rarity of the gemstone, but a lot of the time as well it's the work that goes into it, whether that be, say, the mining process. For example, you know, fire opal, of course, is one of the most gorgeous gemstones in the world, in my opinion. But of course, due to the fact of the mining process being so difficult, then it's quite high in price sometimes. Same goes for gemstones that are quite hard to shape. For example, you know, your chrome dioxide, that one's so tricky to be able to cut into shapes that it makes the price go up. For these ones, this is not only a really high quality because you've got that saturation and clarity, but also because each one of these is hand carved. They've got almost this Cath Kidston old rose garden effect to them. When you get these home and have a real look at them, they are almost sort of a mirror image, really, of a beautiful rose just coming out of bud, all completely hand done. There's no machinery that goes into creating this. Each one of these is hand cut into this shape by a super skilled, super talented lapidorist who takes years and years and years of training to be able to create these. It's a really beautiful strand, and if you manage to get your hands on it today in this bundle, genuinely you're going to have so much fun with this. As well as that, you've got this beautiful strand of your shaded blue agate. Let's just enjoy this blue colour for a moment. Calm. Isn't it so calming, this blue colour? It's so relaxing. Sun, sand, sea tones. You've got really pretty, beautiful effects in here. And I've said this to you time and time again, okay? Agate, perhaps not one of the big ones for me, but since we've had these gorgeous power pops of colours in, honestly, I've been all over agate now. all of a sudden it's just pops up into my consciousness, and it's actually, for the first time with this, one of the gemstones that I really want to work with. I can't wait to work with it. It's got a beautiful, beautiful range in here. And as well as that, I've got this wonderful strand. There is so much versatility on this, so much versatility. 270 carats worth of your mixed rutile quartz, and these are your 10 mil. Take a little look at the mix we've got in here. You've got really opaque bodies in here, but then you've also got this gorgeous Venus hair as well. Venus hair is what we refer to when you see these internal shards that come across. They're known as Venus hair, and I think you can understand why, especially when you look further down the strand, and there's some golden ones of these as well. Again, totally natural within there. And when you get this home, you'll be able to see that those don't actually occur on the surface. They are in fact internal, which, you know, I'm one of these people who very much enjoys the internal interaction of a gemstone. And I think without a strand in particular, you've got plenty. So you have stunning colour pop agate, beautiful shaded blue colour, 10 mil, and these are faceted rounds, 240 carats. 140 carats worth of your completely hand-carved rose carnelian, 8 mil, and you have 270 of your mixed rutilated quartz, and these are 10 mil plain rounds. Should be, for these three, £30 and 35 pence. These are high-end. I told you, hand-carved. You've got serious mixture going on in here as well. We're making it so much better than that. £19 and 95 pence is all you're going to be paying for this today. That is a dramatic saving. That is a dynamic saving. 3 strands for just £19 and 95 pence. That's working out just over £6.50 a strand, isn't it? That is a stunner for you to get your hands on. And you know what? We're going to see exactly how to work these into a ring, but you can do so much more with those, can't you? You could do absolutely anything you can set your mind to. So you've got your 8 mil and your 10 mil in there as well. I said I'm going to be bringing this to you in 2 parts. I will bring you the wire in a moment. 100 metres of 0.4 and 100 metres of 1 mil is coming up for you in a little bit. Hello, Spellbind. Yeah. How are you?
Right.
Yeah, good, thanks. Woo! You look teally good.
Thank you.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I did.
Yes, yeah. Okay. Just didn't laugh. I see. How are you? I feel like it's been ages.
I know, we've been banned, haven't we?
I know, yeah, after our giggling fits. We'll be well behaved today. Yeah. So, you have created 5 beautiful pieces for us here, and we've described this as advanced. Now, what exactly do we mean by that?
What we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing on one of the end rings, which are lots of woven sections to create quite a statement piece of jewellery, really. It's only using 1 gemstone, but it's just sort of making the wire a feature as well. So I think it's advanced because you're going to be working with 3 pieces of wire, which is going to result in 6 ends that you've got to kind of work into the ring and sort of blend into the design as well. So it's things like that. There are 2 other rings on there, but we won't be doing them. They're just Viking knit ones, and they are actually, we will be learning them, but just not today.
At a later date. Exciting! I cannot wait. So, how far along on your journey do you have to be?
I think as long as you're confident in doing some different types of weaving, I think you'll be fine. It's just a matter of, I mean, I'm going to actually start one. I'm going to do one from beginning to end in this hour, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. And part of why I'm doing that is because I want to show you how each one will be different, but how you can sort of just deal with the wires as they sort of happen. In effect, you know, it's not like a set. Right, this wire is going to go here. This wire's go here. It's a right. Look at your design and see what we're going to do, what would look right, and playing about with it a little bit and using your sort of your instinct a little bit with it.
I cannot wait. So, where are we going to start?
Right, okay. So we've got 2 gauges of wire. We've got
Bring those to you in a minute.
1 mil, and we've got 0.4. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I've done 3 different rings, and each ring has one of the stones from each strand in it. Okay.
Get you. Yeah.
So I think for me personally, the best ones were the Carnelian rose ones, just because they're that tiny little bit smaller. But that's not to say that the others don't work. It just depends what kind of look you're going for. So I have a selection here for you.
Great.
And you can choose one.
Just one.
Just one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I like this one. Loads of Venus hair in that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bear in mind that the stone's not, you're not going to be seeing all of the stone as well. It's going to be
Oh, wow.
Look
at that one.
It's got, I just love the stones, they're just gorgeous.
Actually, what about this one?
Do whatever stone you want.
Yeah, go on. I'll
go for that one.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm just going to pop that there.
Okay.
Chosen one has been chosen. Okay, so I'm just going to take 3 lengths of wire. Now this really is dependent on how heavily you want this ring to be wrapped, really, but I'd rather have too much and be able to do the design as I want to than think, oh, if I'd have had that little bit more wire, I could have done that. So I've probably got about 3/4 metre.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need 3 of these.
Now this is 1 mil. Now generally for a ring you might not think of 1 mil,
No.
but why is it important with this one? Is it because it's so woven?
It's because it's woven, yeah. And having the 1 mil, it's nice and strong enough when you weave it. It's not going to sort of bend all over the place, and it gives a really solid ring. And again, I think this could be you could work this to be quite unisex as well if you played the design down a little bit and played about with it.
I see, that's a fab idea.
So I've got my 3 pieces of wire, and I'm going to take my 0.4. I'm going to keep my 0.4 wire on the reel.
Okay.
Whenever I do pieces like this, I try to keep my wire on the reel as much as I can, because it just makes it easier to work with. You find that you'll be surprised at how much you can do off the ring without having to cut the wire, and then it's less joins, and it just makes it more fluid.
That's really
Okay.
good. The wire is on screen for you now. It's 100 metres of your 1 mil, 100 metres of your 0.4. The 0.4 is your antiques bronze, and the 1 mil is your copper coloured wire. That's on the side of your screen now. The price on that should be £42.90. Of course, you've got 200 metres of wire and one's 1 mil. Not today. We're doing your designer inspiration special, so that you can get your hands on this as well. Let's face it, for a lot of you, wire is a total staple, so let's bring it to you the best we can. £29.95 is your price today. That is, buy this one, get this 0.4 100 metres for free, because this one by itself is £29.95. Buy one, get one free on 100 metres worth of wire. That doesn't happen often at all, let alone for the 0.4, which we've all been waiting for, and we've got it back in. Buy this one, get this one free, £29.95
And
today.
I did 3 rings, and I still got that left.
Well,
So, you know, it's not even dented it really.
No.
So, you know, it's going to keep going and going and going.
And we love
Okay.
that.
So what I'm going to do now is start with get it off of there because I'm using it. Sorry, I'm just getting myself organised. There we go. It's unusual for me. Right, so taking leaving a tiny little tail. I'm just going to hold that, and what you'll notice I'm doing is I'm working at the end of the wire so that I can bring the weave down into the middle. Okay, so I'm going to just wrap 3 times just to anchor that wire. I'm going to take my second wire, place it on top. Now what I'm going to do, just so that I can see which wire's which, so I'm just going to, I've just bent out the second wire, the bottom wire, sorry, this is the one that I've already anchored my wire to. Taking my wire, I'm going to wrap around both wires 3 times. Okay, now my wire is facing away from me. If I hold my wire up like this, facing me, my wire is facing away. So I'm going to add my 3rd wire to the top. Bend that wire up. So if you can see the top and the bottom wires are going in opposite directions. That's going to make it easier for me to go through the wires when I'm weaving, but also to work out which wires are which as well, because sometimes they'll cross and it can get a little bit muddly. Okay, and as my wire's away, so I'm just going to bring it over towards me. These wires need to sit nice and flush, so you need to sit really close together. You don't want them to have a gap. Okay, so I'm just going to go around the top and the middle one 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then my wire's at the back again, bring it towards me again and over the bottom 2. 1, 2, 3. So we're basically going to be wrapping these two, then these two, then these two in sets of 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Now I'm just going to turn this around, and what you'll see is that the wires will slightly bunch together. Okay, and so that's normal. It's just because of the way that you're working it. So what I'm going to do is just take my, you can see just how they're bunching together. So I'll take my pliers and just go over it and straighten it. And you can see now how they're sitting better. And you can use your pliers just to sort of scoot the wire, the little wraps together as well.
I see.
And what you'll do is don't try. You will be able to move the weave, because it's like enamel, because it's not enamel, but because it's coated, because it's coated, it will move easily down the base wires. But what you can do is just move these. It's a lot easier. Just hold the weave and then pull through the base wires, and it'll work a lot easier for you. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little section of this, and you just keep going. What you need to do is, sorry, stabbing you with wire. Keep those wires nice and close together. 1, 2, 3, and you're just going to do enough to do the ring shank. But as you I tend to do sort of 3 or 4 sets of wraps, and you can do this quite quickly.
You are speedy at that, aren't you?
And then I'm just taking my pliers, flattening it, and then just using my pliers just to scoot it all nice and together. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you do need to make sure your tension is right on this, because if you don't pull the wire tight enough, it can sort of go baggy around the edge of the base wires.
But if you pull it too tight, you won't be
able to move the wires now. No, we found that out in my workshops before.
So would you suggest just do it bit by bit and test?
Yes, every time you've done a section. So if I've done a little section now, give it a little squidge. Make sure that you can just move these. And also, you'll find, because the central one will become woven, completely coiled, that's the one that's going to be the tricky one and tend to get stuck.
Okay.
But once you can move one, they'll all sort of give, and they'll be easy to move then.
Fabulous.
Okay, so I'm just going to do a few of these really quick.
Now, if you do want to get your hands on this wire, treat yourself to it now, because we've got quite a few flying out, unsurprisingly. So buy one, get one free offer on wire. You've got, you buy one, yeah, it's that. Hey, do you know the guy off that advert? You know the buy one, get one free guy who's got like bald head and he's got like a bit of a beard? And in his advert, he drives around in a pink Cadillac. Have you seen that? He was my niece's landlord, and he really did drive around that Cadillac. It was his own actual car. Not the point. Buy one, get one free on wire. 100 metres of 1 mil. Get free 100 metres of 0.4 for you today. Copper and antiques bronze. Beautiful selection of colour. $29.95. Buy one, get one free. It's on the corner of your screen. BLGC82. At the bottom of your screen was that 3 strands I brought to you earlier on, with the agate, the carnelian, and the mixed rutile quartz, and it was $19.95. Should have been closer to $40. Great deal for you today.
Okay, so I'm just quickly, I mean, you can see how quickly it builds up. I've not quite done the whole section yet, so I'm just going to, at this stage, I can trim the little tiny tail that we used to anchor the wire on. Okay, and this is where you can start using your ring mandrel. So if I'm going to get the ring mandrel, and this one, we're going to probably go about 1 size larger than we actually need, because when you start working with it, you're not really doing too much wrapping. Okay, so to see if you are on the right sort of track, find the size you want and start to mould it around. So I can see, by pulling those wires together, if I was aiming for about an N, I've still got quite a gap here. So I'll only need a couple more wraps, and that will be just, that'll probably be about right. So I'm just going to do a couple more wraps. If I just turn up face you, you can see there. Okay, so you can see it there, look. Yeah. So
you're going to carry on wrapping?
Yeah.
Right, I'll bring these ring mandrels then.
Yeah, you go for it.
In the most quirky bundle I've ever seen.
It's unusual.
Would you like to get your hands on 4 different ring mandrels? Every medium. We've got 2 wooden ones here, which are perfect for your metal clays. But what else can you use them for?
Well, you could just use them, they're just handy mandrels to have out there. You could still use them as a ring mandrel. But obviously they're not sized, so they're not marked, so you wouldn't be able to size them. But you could use them, they are primarily for silver clay, to be honest.
In my ear, they're suggesting maybe if you play the glockenspiel, you could use these. Get yourself in a band.
Could.
I could be like Bez, couldn't I? Yeah, amazing. No, these are great for your metalwork, but also your polymer too, because of course, for those ones you don't want the letters on there to mould in, do you?
No. And I mean, if you did want to know what size you needed, you could just
get a ring you've already got.
Yeah, or get a piece of wire, wrap it around the size on a metal ring mandrel, and then you'll know how long it'll be.
So then I'd know that was an N then.
Yeah.
To make a little note, that's a really good idea. And these 2 are different sizes. You'll be able to see there's a different tapering. So actually on our normal ring mandrel, you do get quite small sizes, but on this one, it's so small, you actually get child ring sizes, which is fab. You see the difference in the tapering there? Very arty that was, Ben. It's raining mandrels. Who came up with that name? Is that meant to be like it's raining men? Okay. They're singing it in my ear, it doesn't make it any better. You've also got your base metal mandrel, which you'll see the lovely Laura B and myself using later on. This is your ring mandrel, perfect for things like your wire work. You can hammer onto it as well, even if you're not using or making rings, you can use this for too. And it comes in this little carry pouch. And one of a lot of people's favourite mandrels actually, you've got the orange one here as well. I like this a lot. You've got your circular shapes that then cascade into an oval, got the large square section, and then you've got the bit that goes into a triangle. So lovely to make your own links, your own loops. What else could you make with this?
I like to make my own earring findings and clasps with that, because I find it's nice and consistent, and it's actually a perfect size to make a really nice clasp. But also, you know, if you just do like a nice little sort of, if you do a little coil and you can pull it out and you can put gemstones in the middle, it's fab.
Isn't it? Do you know what? Great for as well, this selection. If you have maybe a jewellery making courses, or parties maybe.
Yeah, I think it's good if you like to try sort of using all different types of mediums as well.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, I know Natalia likes making rings, and you've got that for the silver clay. You've got your metal ones for making your wire rings. And you've got your mandrel, which is really essential for anything.
Yeah, it really is. So you've got 4 mandrels and a carry case. Should be £14.85. But I assume to say sorry for the horrendous name of this bundle, we're going to take it lower for you. It's raining mandrels. Hallelujah. £14.85 should have been your price. But today you're getting all of them for just £8.95. So the metal one itself is, how much is this? That usually like £7. So for like £2 more, you're getting 2 of the wooden ones. And honestly, if you haven't had a go with this before,
it's brilliant. It really is brilliant.
And you've got 3 of these in your carry case.
Yeah, I've actually got 4 because I found one in my bag as well.
Oh, okay, of course.
Yeah, so I've bought I did actually bring an extra one down for you today, but I didn't.
But you already have 4. That's amazing. Get your hands on them today. Have a go. It's raining mandrels. At the bottom of your screen is the advanced winding as well. Buy one, get one free. The metal one is £8.95. We've just confirmed. So it's buy one, get free 3. Ooh.
Get free.
Get 3 free.
Free.
For you today.
There you go.
Cracking deal, right? £8.95. You've woven.
I've woven. Okay, so I'm back to my section now. So it's not that long a section. And so I'm just going to pop that on the mandrel. Find the size I want. What I'm going to do is just cross my wires over here. You can see that it's not quite met, but I don't want it to meet right up because I'm going to put the stone in between as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take this off, and if I take this off, it's going to retain its shape. That's another good thing about using the 1 mil wire, because it will retain the shape. You've got 3 pieces of it. Okay, And this is where you start sort of having a bit of fun with how we work the design. I am going to cut the wire because there's 2 ways you can do this with these gemstones. Only because you can either thread these gemstones have got quite a large drill hole, so you can thread it straight onto the 1mm wire.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. If you didn't want to do that, or you had a smaller gemstone, like a smaller drill gemstone, using that 0.4 wire that we've just cut, just thread it straight onto there, and you can get some really nice high-end gemstones. You could get the Moonstone, you know, anything like that, it would go perfectly. And I'm just going to just adjust it a little bit. So you can just see what I'm doing there.
So is it nestling in the middle?
Yeah. Bear in mind, I'm actually just playing about with this, and I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Okay?
You are quite a free-form kind of lady, aren't you?
Yeah, I never know what's going to happen.
Do you ever know what's going to happen? No. Do you ever do anything that's properly planned and you just follow it?
No. I've got a design for one of my shows coming up that I've kind of done an idea. And poor Becky, I tell her all of this, yeah, I'm going to do this, this and this, and then I arrive, I've done nothing like
it at all.
Changed my mind.
Just gone with
do this instead. So I've just attached it to the wire. So I've used the wire, 0.4, attached the bead, and then just this wire here, I've just attached it. And what I'm going to do, because 0.4 wire, although it's not the strongest on its own, so I'm going to thread that wire back up through the stone just to give it a bit of extra strength. And it should go through. Just bear with me 2 seconds. And what you can do is just use your pliers and just thread that wire back through. And that's just going to give it a bit more extra strength so I can see it. There we go. So if you can just see, all I've done there is I've just pulling it back up through the stone. And now that's secure now because it's gone through twice, so it's going to be nice and strong. Okay. Now I'm going to just finish this wire off and then I'll start with a new piece. So I'm just going to, the wire above the stone, wrap once to twice, and now I can just snip that wire off then. Okay, so at the moment it's looking a little bit like this, and you could play about with it and keep it quite simple and just spiral out the ends of these if you wanted to do it quite simple and nothing too over the top. But because we're going to sort of have a little bit of a play, taking my wire again, okay, I'm just going to attach now. What you'll find, pop it back on the mandrel, make sure you're staying at the same sort of size. You will have to keep checking your size on the ring mandrel because you'll be surprised at how quickly it can change, especially here. It's still quite easy to change its size, so just keep making sure that you're at the size you want. Okay, this is where we can start looking at it and thinking what we're going to do design wise. What you'll see is that the wire will pair itself, so it'll go into pairs. So for me, I can see I've got 3 wires here that I could do a weave on. I can see here that I've got 2 wires if I wanted to just do a weave on those 2 wires and a bare wire here. So it's about having a look and thinking, right, okay, what am I going to do? I quite like starting with a weave to start wrapping around the stone, and then you can start to build the stone, the design up.
I see.
So I'm taking just again a little tail and just joining that wire on, wrapping around twice. That's just anchoring the wire. It's still on the reel. And I'm going to do just wrap around one wire twice, over to the other wire. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to wrap this, I'm going to do 3 wraps on each wire. So I'm going to wrap 3 times on the top wire, 1, 2, 3. And then go over to the bottom wire and wrap 3 times. Now the wire here it's quite a small area to sort of where it's quite, so you have got to make sure that you pull the wire nice and close up. You don't want it to bubble and look sort of like it's got loops in it. So 1, 2, 3. Taking notes. I don't want to be messaged on paper later. What do I do next?
I can't help it.
So
Stay my notebook in.
2.
I could just watch it back on YouTube, but I'm too impatient.
1, 2, 3. Now the only reason I'm doing 3 is just because it gives a bit of a different look. I like having the 2 colours of wires, and you get the flashes of the copper coming through. 2, 3. Now what you'll notice is that this wire is slightly is going to a V slightly, and I want that. I want it to have that sort of graduation.
Okay.
So just push, okay, so I'll just do this very quickly, it won't take long.
Yeah,
You'll
well,
be
whilst you're
surprised.
doing that, you can multitask, I know you
I
can,
can,
so
go
I'll
on
ask you
then.
a few questions
Go
if
on
that's
then.
all right. We've had a few questions in. Just to let you know, it's raining mandrels is nearly sold out. Handful left. Get yourself in on that. Buy one, get 3 free. Lisa from West Yorkshire says, hi Becky and Laura, hello. Quick question. Are you weaving still? I have just bought the Rhodonite irregular slabs.
Oh.
I want to make pendants with wire. What colour would you suggest, please? Good question. Do you want me to undo you?
Are we referring to those?
Oh, we might well be. Hey, this is
Reversible.
Gosh, she's good, isn't she? How about creating something like this?
So, I mean, I've got the stones that you gave me, which are again a rhodonite.
We're going to
So
be
we've
playing
got
with these rhodonite in a little bit as well, don't forget. These are coming up in the challenge.
pretty much every colour is going to go with that. There you go.
So this is it with silver.
That's it with silver.
Then you've got it with antique bronze as well, here. What do you think? And then what about the gold? Oh, I love it with gold.
Gold is nice.
Silver's cooling.
Yep,
And then copper's over here.
Copper. I love copper and pink together, see? I love that.
Oh.
So the answer is I would team it with everything.
How that help?
It's a really lovely neutral stone, and I know it's pink, and so people think, oh, I don't know what would work with it, but you'll be surprised. Practically everything.
that, doesn't it?
You can come.
Beautiful. Sorry, yeah, carry on.
No, it's fine. I'm just watching you. Okay.
Got another one. Sorry, are you still weaving?
No, I'm on to my next bit, and so if I move on to the next bit, then I'll answer the next question. Is
Yeah,
that
good
all right?
one.
So I'm just bringing the wire across now. So it's now wrapping around the stone. So if you can see, I just bend that round. It's starting to form around the
Loops
stone.
itself almost, doesn't it?
So now this is where my wire is in an ideal place now for me to maybe pick up these stones. Don't be afraid to use a bare wire, just like without any, I like the different colours, so I could just wrap that one wire. It's about looking at these wires and thinking, right, what's going to work? So I can see that wire and think, oh, I'm just going to wrap that around there for now, because I quite like the way it's framing that stone. That leaves me with 2 wires here. I'm going to cut that little tail. And then what I might do on this one is 5 along one wire, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what you'll see is these wires are really close together, which is good. So when I do it, I'm going to do a 5 and 3 weave now.
Right.
So I'm going to do 5 along one wire, 3 around both. 5 along one, 3 along both. That's going to give me the effect of a coiled wire, and then the flash of the 2-tone on the second wire.
Okay, yeah.
The reason I've chosen these ones is if you look at them, they're sat nicely next to each other.
They're really parallel, aren't they?
Yeah, so they're going to be perfect for this weave because I'm not pulling any wires together and it's not going to cause any sort of kinks in the wire. So I've done 5, so I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3 along, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I just show you that, you can see, and then I'm going to do another 3 and then another 5.
Okay.
So I'll continue doing that if you want to ask me another question.
Yeah, go on then. Next question. Just to let you know, it's raining mandrels. This, buy 1 mandrel, get 3 free. Like 2 left. So we're going to have to take them off screen actually in a minute. So do get yourself on the phone lines if you want to get your hands on them. I've also got a message for you now, Laura.
Okay.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, Pip. This is from Jackie. Hello, Jackie in Warwickshire. Beautiful. Said, good afternoon. Just a quick question for Laura. If you've made a ring, but the ring shaft does not seem sturdy enough, is there anything you can do? Good question. There is, Jackie.
Is there? You
Yeah,
know this, do you?
yeah. I actually made a ring and it didn't seem very sturdy.
Yeah.
So I just wire wrapped it a bit like you did.
Yeah.
Took me ages because it was already formed.
Yeah.
What hammering?
It depends what wires you're using, honestly. It might be that you're using the wrong gauge of wire for your ring shank. So I tend to really only use 0.8 and above for a ring shank. If I was to use 0.6, I would use about 5-6 wraps to really strengthen it up, or a gizmo coil. make a gizmo coil and thread all the wires through. You can take a finer wire like a 0.4 and wrap it around, but if you've used quite a fine wire as a base wire, it's not going to make it super strong. So to be honest, it is all about getting the right wire to start off with. I hope that helps. Okay, so I'm just doing this now. So again, 1, 2, 3.
If you are interested in wirework rings as well, I have got a chance to own a wirework ring DVD as part of a bundle in a little bit.
So you can see now, I'm just pulling this one around here, and you can see already how it's starting to form and how it's starting to become, it's starting to find its shape. Now it's found itself with this wire here. So what I could now do is incorporate this into another weave. So I'm going to my wires here. I'm just going to kick out these sort of outer wires, keep the centre wire, if I lift it up a bit for you, you can see the centre wire just kept straight. These 2 outer wires have just kicked out in opposite directions. And now I'm just going to wrap around 1, twice. So I've gone round it once and then round it again. Then I'm going to go over the middle wire, pass it like that, and then over to this wire. And I'm going to wrap it around once, and then back around again, and then under the middle wire, over to the other side, round once, round again, over that middle wire, and over to the other side, round once, round again, under that wire. And then I'm just going to do that for a little bit.
Okay.
So I don't know if
I'll let you do that for a little bit because I'll bring on some wire, alternate colourway of wire. Now, slightly different gauges. 0.8, which is generally your go-to gauge, isn't it, for rings?
Yes, it is.
It's your favourite one.
It is my favourite one, yeah. And we'll be exploring that later in a second.
Ooh, how good. You've also got 100 metres of your 0.6. So what do you use 0.6 for, Laura B?
Well, aside from rings, it is good for Viking knit, it is good for making your own findings, things like that. What I was saying about rings, you know, if you are going to use 0.6, okay, am I allowed to just show? Yeah, gizmo is brilliant for your gizmo, but there's a ring there that I've made using 0.8 and 0.6.
Oh yay, perfect. So the gold is 0.8 and the
copper is 0.6. So it's just to show how you can use them together, and what I've done is taken 2 pieces of 0.8 wire and wrapped it in the 0.6 to create a different type of shank as well. So
I see.
You can use it. There's a project on the in the mixed DVD where we use 0.6 wire and we do like a plaited ring shank.
Oh, fab.
So, you know, there are lots of different ways of playing about with it. But yeah, gizmo, if you do gizmo, and then you can create a gizmo coil, you know.
With the 0.6 it works perfectly. Now it's 0.8 and it's 0.6. Let's have a look at what your price should be. £44.90. How do you feel about a price match with my previous wire offer? All right, let's do that. It's not £44.90, it's just £29.95 for you today to get your hands on the silver 0.8 and 0.0 silver.
Wow.
0.0 silver?
0.0.
Oh my days.
To get the silver 0.8 is just essential anyway, because you know, for me that's the staple wire to have, the 0.8 for making your rings, for making your findings, for making links, bracelets, bangles, pendants,
everything is
the works. Yeah.
And if you did like that ring, then we'll be showing you these.
I actually found it like this upstairs in the office.
I just like to try them all on at once. How gorgeous are they though?
See, you don't need to do a 2-band ring, just put 4 on like that. It's just
a
a whole hand ring.
How beautiful. We'll be showing you how to create something like this a little bit later. Isn't that fab? I just understated. Oh my goodness, look. You look so good on camera. Oh. Sorry, carry on.
Okay, so I've just done that section there. Okay, and this is where we sort of start to play about with the design a little bit now and start to see what we're going to do, because you can get too carried away and build it up too much, and you'll still end up with, as you can see, I've got 6 pieces of wire I've still got to find homes for and blend it in. So what's nice about doing weaves like this is you can almost turn it to hug the stone. So I'm just pulling it around like this and see how it's now changed. So it's, instead of, you can have it either facing upwards like this.
Almost like,
or you can have it almost hugging the stone, coming down like that. So it's about sort of playing about and seeing what kind of look you want.
What you fancy.
Yeah, okay. Now, when you get to this stage and you're starting to build it up, you can start to decide about getting rid of wires now. Okay, so I could think, well, I've framed the stone, so what I might do now is try and just get rid of this one bare wire. So I've got a little bit of wire here, so I know whatever I do is going to get covered by what I decide to do with this. So I can sort of discreetly remove this wire. So I'm just going to push it up through the ring shank. So I'll just, let me do this and then I'll show you what I've done. So if you just see there, I've just brought it from there, straight up. And now I can bring that around to the side because I still haven't secured that, and I can just pop it there and snip it. Now, if you own some flush cutters, we do sell these flush cutters, they are on the website, and if you can get a pair, they are perfect for ring making, really essential, because they cut that wire on an angle. It enables you to cut inside the ring and not have that sharp edge, because you don't want to end up with lots of rows of wire here.
No.
For this purpose, because I know it's going to be hidden, I'm just going to snip it and just sort of give it a bit of a crunch. Okay. Again, I'm just going to pop it on the mandrel and start making sure that I'm still at the size I want it to be. And also, if you pop it on the mandrel, you can start to play about with the design as well and see how it's going to form. So what do you think? Do you think I should hug it?
Yeah.
Have a little hug?
Yeah.
So, and then it gives a nice sort of texture to the side.
Yeah, I think that's really
okay.
pretty.
Now I've got all my wires here. So again, this is where you can start to look at them. I'm looking at this one here, which is the top wire from the weave I've just done. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to get rid of that one. So I'm just bringing it round and I'm just going to remove it to the other side. Try to get rid of them equally. So I've already cut one on this side. So I'm bringing this one over to this side. And then I'm just going to get rid of that. Wrapped it round once. And I'm just going to trim that. Okay, and again, you would trim it properly. Take that time to make sure you've got no sharp edges. And then I've now only got 4 wires I've got to get rid of. So can you see how it's a matter of looking at it and seeing? You've got to go with the design, you've got to go with the stone, and each one will be different because you're looking at your sets of wire
Seeing what it
and
says.
seeing what it says as well.
Yeah.
So I can now look, and now I can chop these wires up a little bit. By that I mean maybe separate the pairs. So if you look now, I've split, so the wires from the top weave I've now paired with the bottom wires. So that wire is now paired with the bottom wire, and that one's paired with that one. And again, it's looking and thinking, right, what kind of weave shall I do now? I might just do a simple round once, round again, over to the other side on this one, just to have a little bit of a simple weave. Round once, over to the other side. And again, because you can see I'm using the point at the 1 mil wire, it's keeping its shape. I'm able to hold the stone.
You can be quite strong when you're pulling against it, can't you?
Yeah, so around again and again. Use your nails if you've got any, and just build it up. So, and these little sections do build really quickly. Go like this, and I'll find a finish for the others, and then we'll make this quite a nice simple finished ring. See if it's Becky sized. And what you can also do, which can add a bit of interest, is you can twist the weave. So I'll show you that in a second with this one. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing this really fast, but every time, even I'm doing this fast, I'm making sure that the wire's sitting nicely. And you've noticed I haven't added any more wire since I joined this wire on.
No.
And if I had have put that stone on the wire first, I wouldn't have actually needed to
Snip at all.
Nope. So I'm just going to keep going with 2 seconds with this.
Yeah, no problem. Well, whilst you're doing that, I'll just let people know at home that I have got the Lazy Daisy coming up for you. Might do it now, actually. What do you think?
You can do. Give me 2 seconds, I'm nearly done on this.
Oh, fab, I'll bring it in a bit then. That is coming for you in a moment. And at the side of your screen at the moment is the Silver Siren. 0.8, 100 metres, 0.6, 100 metres. Half my stock's gone on this though.
Not surprised, 0.8 silver, got to be done.
Should have been closer to £45. But it's just $29.95.
Okay.
3, 6, 7, 8 of you with it in your baskets. Check out please. $29.95 for these two. And at the bottom of your screen at the moment is the other wire. in the copper and the antique bronze.
So what I've done now, that's that set of wires. I've just pulled it round, and you can see it's just, and you can just gently hug it, and it will start to hug the stone. You can see how it's starting to get that swirly effect. And I could think, well, actually, I'm quite happy with that now. I don't really want to do too much more, so I'm going to trim one of the wires, and I'm just going to bring that underneath the ring shank, put it nice and tight. I'm using my pliers to get it nice and tight, and then what I can do, this is a trick that will really only work if you have got the flush cutters, or if you do own flush cutters. So what I want to do, and I'll just try and show you, I've got the wire coming up there just on the inside. On the side that's going to make the wire go out a real nice flush cut, I'm going to trim that wire. So I'll get my hand out of the way now. So it's, if I can just show that, that's going to be, the angle of that wire is going to go down straight there, so it's not going to be a sharp edge.
Okay.
So when you crunch it, and really give it a nice...
Is a crunch the same as a squidge?
No, a crunch, you've got to really crunch it.
You've got to really go for it.
Squidge is just a squidge.
This is a...
So if you put your finger in there now and feel, in this bit here, you won't feel where I've cut it. Even though I've cut inside. Now normally I'll say cut on the outside. Now, if you don't have a good pair of pliers that are going to cut that nicely, cut on the outside, because you really don't want that sharp edge, especially when you're putting your finger inside the ring. Pop it back on the mandrel, make sure you're sizing, and it's just a matter now of just building it back around. So I've got a bare wire here. Ooh, that's going to run. So with that wire, I might just hand coil it. So I'll just hand coil that while you do your next thing if you want.
Oh yeah, cool. Why not? Why not? Why not? Lazy Daisy, how do we feel about this?
I love Lazy Daisy.
What have you done that with?
1 mil
What
wire.
gauge? Oh my goodness. That is amazing. Have a look. Lazy Daisy with 1 mil.
I got a tiny confession. I did it with this wire.
Did you?
So
I love.
I've still got that much left even after doing that lazy.
I love that. Isn't that fab? I didn't realise you could do.
No, neither did I until my last designer inspiration where I did Viking knit, and I experimented, and it's just a simpler version of what I did last time. It's a free loop Viking knit using 1 mil wire. And that's all it is.
That's it. Now, if you're not totally sure what a Viking knit is, we have got some pictures for you. This beautiful bracelet is, but also you've got Viking knit here, and that is just encapsulating the gemstones. As well as that, you've got this beautiful one here, and this one's one with multicoloured wires as well, which just goes to show. Now, Laura has actually been playing, you'll see her earlier on when I did the Chunky Monkey for you. She's been playing along, and these are 2 different types that we have on the go at the moment. So these aren't made into anything yet, and I presume these haven't gone through the...
No, they just come straight off the mandrel. Well, actually, that's what's still on the mandrel now. So that's using the 0.6. So if you've got that silver 0.6, that's what I'm currently working on.
So with the 0.6?
Yes.
So let me show you exactly what you're getting in here, and we'll talk you through it. So you're getting the Lazy Daisy itself, which is this section here, so named because it has a little flower on the end. That's why it's got this Lazy Daisy name. And you'll be able to see, this is one that Laura's actually working on at the moment. So you loop it through here, and then as we see, this is what you create the look on. So this is the mandrel. As well as that, you get your mats. You get your wire as well that you get in here, this 0.6. You also get a little carrying case, which is useful. Everything fits in there. You get your snips as well, and you get your pin there just to keep it all in place. And then finally you get your draw board, which essentially what you need to do once you've taken it off your mandrel is you will pop your design through each of these, going down, 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 and it will make this tighter, tighter, smaller, smaller. So you can keep it chunky, but you can also go right through the bottom ones, which gives you a totally different look. There's an instruction manual in here as well with pictures, which just makes it so simple to use. Oh, and of course you do have the cranking tool as well. which is really easy to use. Oh,
It's a gizmo.
oh.
Crank-it tool.
The crank-it tool. You've got that in there too, and you've got size measurements as well. You've got loads in here, ideas, tools, loads. It's really, really simple, step by step. Shows you exactly how to use everything. So this is your Lazy Daisy. It's fast, easy, and fun. That's what it says on the box. Fast, easy, and fun.
I mean, it's got instructions on how to use it. It's really easy to use, and like I said, I mean, you can. What's good about this is I could put this section of knit straight back on the mandrel and continue it.
Yeah.
So if you have got several projects that you have got on the go, you can, you know, I keep these in the actual case, and then if I'm thinking I want to carry that on, I can just continue it straight on. It doesn't matter, as long as you don't pull it through the drawer plate. So if you pulled it through the drawer plate, you won't then be able to pick it back up and start adding to it.
Yeah, 'cause it's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's amazing the different effects and different looks you can get. Give it a go, especially if you're not particularly into wirework. Maybe you've done crochet in the past, or maybe, you know, maybe you like kind of symmetry and find that perhaps with wirework you find it tricky. Well, you can get the wirework effect with this, but you've also got the symmetry there as well.
The reason I love it is because, I mean, I haven't drawn this through yet. This is a double knit, so this is a double 6 loop, which is when it's drawn down, it's going to look really compact.
Yeah.
But when you make a pendant like this, to me, it just finishes that piece off.
I completely agree with it.
You know, and what's lovely is that you can control the size that you reduce it down to as well. So if you want it to still have quite a chunky chain look, you don't have to reduce it that much.
Reduce it down so no. Okay. So this is your Lazy Daisy. Give it a go. As it says, easy, fast and fun. Your price today, all in one kit. It's just £34.95. And I'm sure you will all agree, it gives you a look. To me, it doesn't look homemade.
No, it gives it just that. I think it
Professional, crafted look.
Yeah, I think it can just finish your design off. That's all. All I've done now is I've just picked up. I've hand coiled one tiny section, so brought that wire, and that wire's just come straight up to meet the other two. You're such a gypsy.
Yeah. Go on, carry on.
So
you.
now what?
Gonna get my hair cut
Yeah,
soon.
gonna get a flicky
Oh,
hair.
have we all liked Laura's new haircut, by the way? It's gorgeous, isn't it? I know, it's shaggy.
Okay, so now I've brought it up, and this is just a pick up of the weave that we did earlier on, where you just go over and under the central wire, and now you can see I've just got 3 wires now. The ring itself is starting to take shape, it's starting to become design, so it's just a matter of finding a way now to finish it off. So it's just finishing off that weave, which can take 2 seconds. So you can see, I mean, I've done this. It really doesn't take that long once you get sort of confident with the wires. I think that's the key. And I haven't wasted that much wire. Well, you wouldn't waste it anyway. You would just pop it into a little pot or something. I'm just doing this super quick.
Just whilst you're doing that, just done a little price comparison on the Tinterweb in the internet for the Lazy Daisy. We've looked for the all-inclusive kit, so it's the all-in-one we're giving you today. You don't have to buy the crank kit separate, or the drawer plate separate, or you know the case, whatever. We've looked in there on the internet for all-inclusive Lazy Daisies. The lowest one we found, £41, but they go up 42, 43, 44, £46.
They do. It is. That's definitely the cheapest that I've found it.
That's fab then, isn't it?
So I've just taken one of the wires and just the wire that was closest to the inside of all the weaves, and just brought that round. And if I just turn it around, you can see I've just snipped that exactly the same way as I just showed. And then I'm down to 2 wires. So now all I'm going to do is decide what type of weave I want to finish it off with, which for the sake of this, I'm just going to do a quick simple weave.
Just whilst you're weaving,
Yeah.
Louisa has just messaged in and said, can you use beading thread? Why have I gone so high? Can you use beading thread on a Lazy Daisy?
You can. The only thing I'm unsure about is how to add, because I have used beading thread before, and it is good because it's a really different way to use the thread and give a different look. The only thing I'm a bit unsure about is the adding on, and obviously when you use Viking knit you have long lengths of wire, so and beading thread being quite springy can tangle quite easy, so you don't want to use horrifically long lengths. So let me have a little play about and see if I can work out how to join it in. I guess if you just knotted it together,
yeah, you'll be able to.
You should be able to do it.
I have seen someone create.
You can definitely do it. It's just your adding in is going to have to be slightly different, because when we add in, we twist the wires together, but you can't do that. Maybe add a little crimp bead.
Yeah, good idea.
Just crimp it, and that would just blend into it. So yeah, you definitely give it a go though, definitely.
Give it a go, let us know, Wall of Fame.
Okay, very nearly done, very sorry, but it's just to show you. I just wanted people to be able to see how easy these are. They look really complex, and technically I guess they are, but it's just a matter of placing the wires in the right place.
Considering, well, you've nearly finished, but considering you've done a ring start to finish in approximately 40 minutes all in all.
And that's with me showing you sections as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I sat down and did 3, and I just love it. And each one will turn out differently. And the way doing it like this, it can create quite a swirly ring, which is really going to capture the stone.
The thing I like is you've shown us the huggy one, which is what you're making at the moment, and this is one where you've just left it up.
It does remind me a little bit of an eye, that one.
Yeah, I love that. It's like an Egyptian eye, I think. Or even a dragon
eye. The blue stone as well. It's quite distinctive. But I do love how each one turns out differently.
Because it's the same technique. It's the same gauges. It's the same wire.
Exactly the same. But it's a different stone. All I did was I just wanted to use different stones just to show how you could use each one out of that. And I mean, I've used one stone. One stone per ring. If you had a couple of smaller stones, you could. I quite like having that one feature stone, because I think it adds a nice little...
I do love cluster rings as well, though.
You just love rings.
Yeah, that is true.
Let's be fair, you just love rings.
Yeah, that's true.
So now I'm just bringing this wire around now, and so I've brought it all the way down like this. You know, you could carry this right on. If I wanted, I could widen these wires back out and weave it just around like that, just to make it a little bit more symmetrical.
I see.
To make it more, and then it's just a matter of getting rid of these two. So I won't for the demonstration, but what you would do, bring this wire so you can see, again, it's having those wires in the right place and see in the right time. That wire there, I'm just going to pull it in. I'm going to get rid of it in the exact same way that I did the last one. Snip it and just push that in. Okay, and then with this one, I could just coil. Now the hand coiling is just straighten that wire out and just keep that wire nice and straight as best you can, and then just scooting it up in little sections. And then again, it builds really quickly. And then I'm gonna add, if just experimenting, so I can see by just hand coiling that one bit there. If I just hand coil that, you can bring that wire around there. And you can, again, it's looking at opportunities. So I can see if I bring that wire around there, I could dissolve it into that little gap between the weaves, just there. Is there a gap? Blend it, it's just about blending it into the design. If you haven't got a gap, I thought I had a gap, yeah, there you go. So there's a gap, I've just created a little gap between the woven sections, brought it to the back. Use your wire, your pliers just to pull it, position it how you want it to sit. I wanted that to sit there. Yeah. So now I wanted that flash of copper to be there. So I would now just snip my 0.4 wire off.
Yeah.
Now all I've got is one wire left to get rid of. That's at the back of the stone.
Snip away.
So I'm going to snip and just spiral that in because it's not going anywhere.
And you're done.
Pop it on a ring mandrel. And there's your ring.
And it is completed.
And it is completed. Try it
How
on.
beautiful. It'd be really, I'd already had another one. I better take off the other. Have a look at our finished project. Laura, thank you so much for showing us this. We're going to have a little look at how to make some really chunky delights later on. But after this, I've got some of her favourites in Laura Binding Spellbinding Bargains. See you after this.
Sending the studio a message during our live hours. You can send a text to 60777 and start your message with JM Studio, or alternatively, go to our website and click on Watch the Live Show. Simply type your message into the box and press send. Make sure you stay tuned in case your message is read out. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
When shopping with Jewellery Maker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay one postage and packaging charge. We have 2 delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. Or opt for our premium delivery at just £4.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
When you place your first order with us, you will receive a free booklet and DVD full of handy hints, tips and tutorials to help you get started with your new Jewellery Maker hobby.
If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
Welcome to Designer Inspiration, and look who it is! Oh my goodness! You made me look like a borrower! It is the beautiful, spellbinding. Oh look, have you got an itchy head, Laura? Oh look, it's the beautiful Laura Binding! Love it.
I hate you right now. I hate you all.
Isn't that such a gorgeous picture? Laura, are you wearing the same dress? Is that a selfie this morning?
No, it's not.
You look beautiful.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Don't be silly, it's lovely. Oh, how pretty, isn't she lovely? This is Laura's Spellbinding Bargains today. Now, Laura Binding is a magician, many would say, when it comes to the art of jewellery making. Although she loves to make her wirework rings and pendants, but a lot of the time, Laura's very much inspired by the gemstones themselves, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that's why she's put together her favourite gemstones in this selection. And not only are they her favourite, but we're going to do some cracking deals on these as well. Say that to me again. Honestly, you are going to fall in love with this. I am so excited to show you this. Now, what I'm about to show you is completely natural. Remember that. And it is genuine turquoise. Now, you know, sometimes you'll get things like African turquoise, which is actually just dyed howlite. That happens quite a lot. It's called African turquoise quite a bit. We have it on the channel as well, but it is dyed howlite. This is genuine turquoise. Have a little look. 50 carats worth here. Wow. In fact, goes beautifully with our outfits today, Spellbind, doesn't it?
Every single stone's going to go with one of our outfits
because
I've just leveled the colours.
You're obsessed with the colour. What do you love so much about turquoise? Why did you pick this out?
I just love the colours. I just love the colour. It's one of my favourite colours, really. I just love the shade of it.
It's got one of the most popular turquoise colours to it, actually. It's got a beautiful mixture. Now, the thing with turquoise is, depending on the colour, it means there's different elements present there. So this one has got quite a blue hue to it, which would suggest to me the presence of iron. However, in some areas it has got that real green turquoisey feel, which is due to the presence of copper. So I would suggest in this the presence of copper and iron are the main elements within here. Now, when it comes to turquoise, you know a lot of the time I will talk about the turquoise matrix. It's something that only turquoise itself has. Have you noticed this hasn't? That is a sign of serious quality. The fact it doesn't have the veins is a sign that this is seriously luxurious. Now turquoise, to get the name turquoise when it's genuine turquoise and not dyed howlite, to get the name of actual turquoise, it needs to go through a number of grades, a number of tests for it to be given its name. So the fact that it's just got the name turquoise already means that this is seriously high quality. If you think about it, say, with tanzanite, it would be, for example, if you had a double A tanzanite, it would be called something else, and only when you got the triple A would it be called tanzanite, if you see what I mean. So that's what we're talking about with this gemstone strand here. It has to be the highest quality to be given the name of turquoise. The fact that this hasn't got that matrix in is so spectacular. I can honestly say, hands down, this is the highest quality turquoise I have ever seen and ever brought to you. It's got that beautiful base body of colour, this elegant drops, 50 carats worth of the highest grade turquoise is just £29.95 for you today. It's an absolute treat. The fact that you can get your hands on this. Have a little look on our website as well. Have a little look on our website. How many strands on there do we have? 1, 2. Natural turquoise. £9.95. That is all you're going to be paying for this today. It genuinely is a real treat to get your hands on it, totally natural. And it's from the United States, which doesn't happen that often either, which is beautiful to have. And the fact that you've got just, this beautiful shape, how unusual to see turquoise in a faceted drop as well. What would you think of doing with these spellbinding?
I would just make a pair of earrings. I would just have a pair of earrings, just on little drops. That's all I would want. I would just wear them all the time. They would be my everyday pair of earrings with probably gold plated. But then if we went for gold plated sterling silver or sterling silver, it would go ideally with both of those. So, and it would be minimal work, and then maybe the larger drop as a pendant.
I think that's a beautiful
set
idea.
And that's all you'd need. I probably would just put a piece of wire with 2 little eye pins, and 2 little loops, and an attached chain. So you wouldn't even have it as a drop, you'd literally have it almost as part of the chain. The stone there, little pair of earrings, and you've got an ideal everyday set.
That sounds so pretty. And turquoise itself as well used to be known as the holy stone, and one of the reasons is myth and legend says that it is said to dispel negativity, and I totally understand why you might think that, because this colour is just too beautiful, isn't it? I've got something here for you, which I've got to admit, spellbinding bargains. Oh, I don't look like I was picking a nose again then. Sorry, I didn't do it on purpose this time.
This time.
Last time I did. Have a look at this strand for me. I wonder what these lights are going to do, but have a little look. Ooh, look out for the labradorescence. You've got greens, you've got golds, you've got blues in here as well. Now I'll tell you what, 50 carats worth I've got in here, and these are your faceted ovals, it says. What I would suggest to you is for you to get yourself on the phone lines. Let's be honest, it's high quality. When you see that instantly, the fact that you can see that labradorescence at home goes to prove to you how high this quality is, because you all know the lights in here, they're great for giving you, 40% magnification on your gemstones, but they're not great for showing you this beautiful burst of colour, this aurora borealis shimmer across the surface. Just doesn't do it justice. So the fact that you can see this at home should give you an indication of actually how much of this there is going on and how much you'll be able to see when you get it home in face to face. Not that gemstones have faces. Depends on the cut, actually.
Sometimes they do.
This is a 28 centimetre strand. Get yourself on the phone if, for this, you're happy to pay £9.95. You are, get yourself on the phone right now. Because £9.95 for Labradorite is a stunner of a price. We do Labradorite that's closer to 15, 16, don't we? You're actually getting 50 carats, which is seriously high quality for £9.95. It's great. EY, NV, 74. Your price is actually just £6.95. What do you think about that?
Wow, that's an amazing bargain, isn't it? Just look at that. And I think, again, that's one of those stones that's just going to go with everything because it's got that colour range on it. It flashes the colours of the greens and the pinks and the blues. Just lush.
Lush. £6.95 for you, but you're going to have to be quick because I'm laughing at my own voice. You're going to have to be quick. You're going to have to be quick because they're flying out. Because it's your favourite, isn't it? Labradorite. You love it at home. £6.95 for you on this today. Got another one of your favourites coming up now. Whereabouts did you say you didn't? Oh, he's debating. Oh, what about 11? Oh, 9? No. Oh, right, yeah. One of your favourites, Amazonite. Discuss.
I actually had them for a design inspiration or a while ago. It might have been it's a design inspiration. And I just used the larger one as a drop and just had a load of a cluster of all little tiny high-end rondels just above it. It was just lush. And I love the freshness of it. I love the fact that it just, to me, it just screams fresh. And you could team that with that turquoise because the colour range would go beautifully together.
Oh, that's a gorgeous idea. Really dramatic piece you could create. And in fact, as we're talking about the turquoise as well, Amazonite's quite an interesting one because, as I said earlier with the turquoise, a lot of the colour that's produced is due to the element of copper being there, as it is with a lot of things. Things like emerald gives green from copper. But Amazonite's actually different. It's totally different. Although it's in the same colour range, the same colour palette, it's actually lead that gives it its colour. It's totally unique in that sense. Very unusual for this colour tone to be given by lead, especially in something that isn't veined in any way whatsoever. 100 carats worth you've got in here. You've got this beautiful, almost internal mottled effect. 100 carats worth of this. Believed in ancient times to give women exclusively strength. It didn't happen to men, but it was said to give women courage and strength. People believe that because there's been a lot of Amazonian women, warrior women, who are found with their weaponry encrusted within this gemstone. 20 centimetre strand. Some of these are beautiful drops, 38 by 9 mil. Your price is a stunner as well. £9.95 is all you're paying on this whole strand today. Whopping 100 carats. VERU 38 is your price today. Tell me exactly why you love Amazonite so much. I've got another strand of it here for you.
I just love the colour. It's just the colour.
Just the colour? There's got to be other reasons.
I love the colour. It's an unusual shade of green. It's, you know, I mean, I know you've got that high-end turquoise, so it's not usual that you see turquoise in that cut and colour. But for me, that's a recognisable shade, and I just love it. I just think it's beautiful.
Metals.
What I would put it with. Silver, again, it's one of those. Silver would really spruce it up and it'd be really nice and spring-like and fresh. But then if you teamed it with gold, copper, antique bronze, you would just completely change the tone of it. So it really does go with everything.
You're right, actually.
Yeah. If you put copper with it, it would change it again. If you put antique bronze with it, it would really bring out the blue. And it's just Looks gorgeous.
Now, how do you feel in general about price crashes?
I love it when I'm not on air, watching all my favourite gemstones go at a ridiculous price.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
I didn't think this through, did I?
No, I didn't.
Should have said it like that.
Oh, look how dreamy you look just staring at that BT and slide, don't you? Look at that.
I hate you for that, I really do.
No, I think it's lovely. That's really nice.
I'm not very happy with you.
Cameraman bented that. Your price, £12.95. That's a good one. But let's make it a great one. I am quite poorly, I've had quite a bit of medication today. I think my throat sweets have gone to my head.
I can't wait to make a ring with you later. It's going to be fun.
£9.95 is the price matcher. Get your hands on this whilst you can. Beautiful shapes, lovely buttons you could make with this as well.
Imagine you'd make nice cufflinks with it. You'd make some lovely cufflinks, but imagine if you teamed it with the Moonstone version.
The Moonstone you've got coming up in a bit. Oh, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? Really great idea. £9.95. Price match. Price slash. Great prices. This is another one of your favourites. It's because you're happy. This always makes me think of just being happy. Why do you love... do you know what it just reminds me of as well? Just think of a game show. Is anyone else on board with this? What game show does this shape make you think of? Can you think? Does anyone know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one.
The letters one. These are your citrine fancy beads. Why citrine? Spellbinding.
I love the translucency of it. You can get it where it's really, really quite orangey and zesty, but I love the fact that it can be so varied. And like there, you've got that lovely golden hue to it. And I love the fact that it's quite soft and you know, it just goes with all of the lovely pale pastel-y colours.
You're going to love the fact that this is totally natural as well. No heat treatment on this whatsoever. No. How unusual is that?
That's how I love citrine, exactly like that, where you can just see that it's almost like part of it's golden, part of it's more clear, and it's just, for me, it's just like little shards of glass. I think it's beautiful.
It is stunning, isn't it? The fact this is totally natural, around 95% of citrine on the market is treated. This isn't. You have got your hands here on the most exclusive top 5% of citrine on the market right now for just £12.95. Totally natural. 95% of it on the market is heat treated. And don't forget as well, it's not legally binding to tell people. We're laughing because of Laura's name. I'm saying it's not legally binding to. It's not legally binding. Ben's having a little meltdown over there. It's not. It's because of her name. Wait, I'll say her full name and add a word on and then listen carefully. Law-abiding citizen. Law-abiding citizen. Law-abiding citizen, it sounds like, doesn't it? Yeah. There it is. Law-abiding citizen. So, it's not my point. Have you had some of that cough medicine as well? The point is, it's not legal. We don't have to, as law-abiding citizen will tell us, have to tell you that this has got treatment on it. No one does. There's no legal body that says if you treat a gemstone you have to tell people. You don't. We do, as a way of being open and honest to you, but you don't legally have to, do you, law-abiding citizen?
No, you don't.
No. We do. But the fact that there's around 95%, maybe even more, definitely minimum 95% on the market is heat treated. The fact you've got such a small section here is fab. £12.95. Oh, Laura. You're a classy chick, aren't you?
I am very classy. Clearly.
Clearly, I'm very classy, aren't I?
am.
Why have you gone for this beautiful pink sapphire?
I love the shade of the pink on that because I think that's a wearable pink by everybody.
Because you don't strike me as, you're not generally a pinky person, are
No,
you?
but it's always nice to see what some sapphires, isn't it?
I know, to say that you've got
luxury.
some sapphires in your stash. We all know the situation with sapphire, don't we? It is dire at the moment. It is the place we go to. We've been told we cannot purchase any more sapphire, full stop, until further notice, if not further. Ever. Until further notice, if not further. Now, 20 carats worth of this pink sapphire, and it's got a gorgeous hue. Natural, again, totally natural. Very much like Spellbinding herself, just a natural beauty. How do you feel about £44.95? Sounds good, right? How about 34? No. £34.95? Oh. How about Laura Binding Bargain Basement? £24.95. That's what we're doing for you today. What do you think about this?
It is a bargain, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can't really say much more, can you?
No, I know.
This is just gorgeous.
Do you want a little bit of insider info as well? We were chatting upstairs, the management team this morning, having a little chat about sapphire. We've not got as much left as we perhaps hoped we had. You may know that we've had sapphire on quite a bit recently, actually, haven't we? Because we want to keep you up to date with the stock issues and everything, and the fact that we can't get our hands on this. We have a lot less sapphire than we thought, and we've been told we can't purchase anymore at the moment. So well and truly could be one of your last chances to purchase it today at a stunning price. £24.95. And think, you realistically only need to use 2 on a pair of earrings. You've got a sapphire pair of earrings.
Can you imagine if you teamed that with the turquoise that you had? If you teamed that with that lovely turquoise, what you could do is just get some beading wire, thread it through, and then pop some sapphires on, or 0.4 wire, as like a little section.
Sapphires for £24.95. There is a slight queue, but who cares when you're getting sapphire for £24.95? Some people wait outside all night for like Harry Potter books, don't they? You only have to wait a minute and a half
Was you one
for
of those
genuine
people?
sapphire. What, was I one of them people? No, but tell you what, producer Pip definitely was. 100%, totally. He's got on his bracelet a little snitch. He's got on his keys, he's got a Hogwarts logo, like key ring. He loves it. Tell us the truth, did you wait outside for a book at any point? He went silent then and just went, yeah, but only once. Only for one of the books. Amazing. £24.95. Wait where you are. It's possibly better than Harry Potter. £24.95. Ooh. Hello, Prudy. Now we've had enough of Laura Spellbinding at this moment in time. How about we bring a bit of me? What's my name? What's my
Bewitching
name?
Becky.
Bewitching Becky. Oh, this is what we call each other just on nights out.
Just because we can.
Let's have a bit of something bewitching, shall we? I have got for you some opal, of course. Of course I have. Have a little look at these. All double stranders. All around 85 to 88 centimetres on these. You've got your gorgeous fire opal in here as well, which is just so beautiful. Fire opal from Mexico, by the way, which is the #1 location to get it. To get this in Mexico, you have to go up into extinct volcanic areas, and to get this one in particular, it's down a passageway. It's all these winding passageways with walls of 50 metres high, and you have to walk down there to actually mine these. It's so intense, it's crazy. And you've got these gorgeous volcanic colours, which is one of the reasons I love this. 120 carats worth. 135 carats of your chrysoprase that you have on here. And in fact, in Asia, it's sometimes referred to as imperial chrysoprase, which is usually something that's only saved for jadeite. But in Asia at the moment, chrysoprase has just shot up in popularity, and it is being called now in Asia imperial chrysoprase, which just goes to show how luxurious this is and how popular it's becoming. You've also got in there a 155 carats of your Australian opal. This is the beautiful white one here at the end. And some of these you have got the more transparent ones, you've got a little bit of colour play as well, which is special. These are all your plain nuggets. They're all between 85 and 86 centimetre strands that we have here. 2 opals, 1 chrysoprase. Should be price on this is £19 and 85 pence, which is really wonderful considering that you've got 2 opals and a chrysoprase just going up and up and up in popularity. All lengthy strands. Let's take it down though. Let's make it on the nose, shall we? On the nose, £12 for you today, and because you're getting 85-ish centimetres worth of each, you're getting just under a metre of each really, aren't you? 100 centimetres in a metre, 85 to 86 on each of these strands. Really pretty together. These are called blossom petals. How about popping these on one of the Alison Terry bonsai trees? You know, for that we didn't just use one base colour, did we? We had to use a mixture of 2 tones. We wanted to create that autumn to spring look. And we did that by creating the browns and the greens together, didn't we? Well, you've got that here. Imagine making a beautiful centerpiece, maybe even for your Easter table with these. Gorgeous bonsai tree. Blossom petals. You've got really pretty tones in here. 2 strands of a genuine opal, 1 of your chrysoprase as well. Should have been nearer to £20 to bang on 12 for you today. Cracking saving. But they are going really, really quickly. What have we made on that? Like an £8 saving, £9 saving. That's stunning, isn't it? Loads. Price off today. 3 newbies on the phone. Welcome, new people. Stay where you are. If you are new today, hello, I don't always sound like this, but you will be getting a DVD and a booklet with your first purchase. Get as much as you want ordered today. It's only £2.95. Honestly, your postman could be weighed down. You could look like Santa Claus. You could be weighed down. Doesn't matter, £2.95, that's it till midnight tonight. And top up your order. £12 for these today. I've got for you as well, coming up after the break, 2 of the gauges of wire that I showed you. Silver 0.6, gold 0.8, and your 6-inch wire twister pliers are back as well. We've had the 9-inch on recently, got the 6-inch back. These coming up for you as well. Altogether, going to be under £25. Quite a bit under as well. So they're coming up for you after the break. Also after the break, heading back over, summarise our next section, Spellbind.
Lots of fun.
Lots of fun. Brilliant. That's all we need to know. We're going to be making some gorgeous rings, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I've also got coming up for you a stunning selection of really beautiful coloured gemstones, and of course some more chunky monkeys are coming up for you in a little bit as well. Stay where you are on the phones for this, please. We are going to go to break in 9, 8, 7 seconds, but it's worth the wait. Stay where you are, and all of you online, check out £12. See you after this.
The fastest way to shop with Jewellery Maker is by going to our website. Just click on the sign up button. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the Watch Live button on the front page. You can also use our Refine tool and narrow down your search. Once you've found an item that you like, just simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget you can add as many items to your basket per day and still only pay 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
You can now keep in touch by following Jewellery Maker on Twitter. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Hello everybody, welcome to Designer Inspiration. My name is Becky. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. I'm sorry about my voice. I am working on it. I've got a bit of a throaty thing today. We've all been sharing the love with it. Don't worry though, because you've got Laura talking for the next hour or so.
I'm not sure that's a good thing, but
I'm not sure that's a good thing. It is. We are going to be making, yes, we, both of us, Team Spellbind Bewitched.
quite well, did it?
You didn't catch that, which was good. Laura did a sort of fist bump dance move. Irish jig to follow. I have got for you a double ringer.
What you were doing earlier on.
Oh, the Zumba. Can you do that again?
No.
What are we doing? How would you describe these ringers? Double?
It's just a double ring.
Double ring?
Yeah, it's just a double ring.
Sometimes referred to as a T-bar ring, aren't they? Really pretty. We're going to be making some of those in a short while. Now, I've got a really, really exciting bundle for you coming up now because we haven't had this in ages. We have the 9-inch, 6-inch now. And 2 gauges. Laura, spellbinding! Why are you setting me up?
It's Ben.
Ben, why are you laughing?
Ben's fault.
It's all Ben's fault. Laughing, I can see it. Like giggly school children today, these two.
There's nothing funny about inches.
Now, I've got here for you your wire twisting plier. Rhymes. You've also got 10 metres of your 0.6 and 10 metres of your 0.8. Now, did we find a video of this anywhere? How about we have a little look at that now? You can put the voice on it as well if you want to. It's up to you.
To open the tool, you just gently squeeze the handles together and it will release the pliers here. And then you need to take 2 pieces of wire in your desired gauge. I'm using 2 pieces of 0.6 millimetre. I would say you can probably go up to a 0.8 millimetre. Anything more than that will be quite difficult. And then you need to secure these either to a nail or a door frame, like door handle, or if you've got a vise, that would work brilliantly. And then you take the other end of your wires and clamp them into the jaws of the tool, and then give this a really good squeeze and slide the centre piece back so that it clamps the handles together. Then you gently step backwards and then take hold of the end cap and let go of the main tool itself and just gently pull back and then swap. So you hold the tool, let go of the end cap, and then again repeat, and you will see the wire start to turn, twisting together. When your wires are twisted sufficiently, all you need to do to release the tool is gently squeeze the handles together and it will release the pliers. And there's your twisted wire.
How easy is that to use? It's so simple, and the look you get is fab. Now these are the 6-inch, and that means that because they have got the slightly smaller head, it's even better to use these gauges. 0.6 and 0.8 is the best, the absolute pinnacle for this tool. It truly, truly is. Now, let's take a look at the price that this tool with 20 meters of wire should be. Should be £23.35. I told you earlier, if you want to get this under £25, then I can do that for you. But you know what I'm like. I'm always a little bit overzealous with pricing. We're not going anywhere near that. How do you feel about £17.95? That is a dramatic saving, isn't it? It's brilliant. Sorry. What would you do with this? What types of things do you create? Would you go mainly for a torque, or?
Well, you can go for like torque effects. You can incorporate it and create like a filigree kind of look in your design. So if you twist a couple of pieces together and then sort of do little S shapes, you can put them into cuffs and necklaces. So it's nice for if you use the finer wire as well. So if you've got lots of 0.25, you can twist quite a few of them together and then create almost like a rope-like effect. So it's lovely. It's good. It's a good tool.
It is really easy to use too. Yeah. And if you do watch this back on YouTube, just fast forward this section that you're watching back in by a couple of minutes, and you can watch exactly that step-by-step demo again whenever you want to at your own leisure when you get this home. £17.95 is your price on these today. DWGC 65 is your price. Get it whilst you can though, because there is about 5 of you with it still in your baskets. Do check it out, please. It's a cracking deal. It's yours today. £17.95. It's really easy to use. Now I'm going to bring to you now our designer inspiration gemstones. We're going to do this section in 2 parts. I know that sometimes we'll bring you it all in one kit, but what we want to do is we want to give you the opportunity to perhaps just own the gemstones or just own the wire, depending on what you have at home. We'll start off with offering you the gemstone, and tell you what, look at the size of these. This is a gemstone we're going to create those double rings with. You've got such a hefty size on these. This is 300, and you're right there, Laura.
Yeah.
You've thrown your ring mantle about.
Yeah, a little hissy fit. It's fine.
You've got 380 of your shaded pink agate, and these are your twisted ovals, and they are 48 by 24 mil. So they are slightly twisted. You'll be able to see, just if I hold it flat, can you see it just tilts up a little bit? You might be able to see as the light cascades across. Oh yeah, gorgeous. Let's see that again. Ooh, see that light burst just going across? So it means it's wearable when it actually catches the light. Stunning. You've also got in here 90 carats worth of your Labradorite in these 6 mil rounds. Beautiful mixture of tone in here. Gorgeous amounts of variation in colours as well on here. Really stunning. You've also got in the same size 100 carats of your white rainbow coated quartz, and these are your plain round. Now you have a look at these. I wonder if you can get it. These are actually coated crackled quartz. Can you see internally these little cracks, almost these glitter effect areas? This is actually, now normally when we coat quartz we'll just coat plain quartz, but this is actually internal crackling on these, and then we've got this coating over the top. There is still the transparency there, you'll be able to see. You can see my thumb running across the back. But it's just got this beautiful, almost bubble-like appearance. In fact, a little bit of pearlescence to them, in fact. And it's got this gorgeous cracking, which is so unusual for us to coat a crackled gemstone. Normally we'll just do it to a plain, so it's beautiful that you've got, because initially your eye's drawn in to the high shine, and then you notice this really beautiful, subtle, almost pearlescent coating, but then your eye's drawn in more to this internal crackle effect. Stunning. And lastly, but by no means leastly, you have got this multicoloured metallic rainbow colour agate, and these are your puffy rectangles, 18 by 13 mil, 210 carats worth you've got on this. Now this is the strand that you may well have seen me when I adorned all 4 of those rings earlier on using these. We're going to be showing you exactly how to work these with the rings in a little bit as well. So your price should be £24.80. Of course, you've got 4 strands there, including this hefty one. We're going to price match it. £19.95 is your price on these. You've got a huge amount going on. 380 of your pink agate, 90 of your Labradorite. You've got white rainbow coated quartz, 100 carats, and you've got 210 of your metallic rainbow agate for £19.95. Now truly, 2, 4, 6 of those huge banded agates that I've got on my strand. Obviously yours might be different, you'll be getting your carat weight amount, but we're going to show you how to make them into double rings. This is coming over with me. I'm going to bring this to you in a little bit. Hello, Spellbinding. Long time no see.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was just
is that your challenge?
Yeah.
That's going really well.
Yes.
So far.
So far,
so good. Now, this is a really hefty amount of gemstones you get in here, isn't there?
It is.
And I love that you've made such a serious selection as well.
Well, I mean, this is what I've got left. So I've still got absolutely tons left. You know, I've still got this.
Wow.
And then I've got that little bag there.
With
a few escapees.
Trust me to do that.
Yeah, so that's,
Loads
that's
left.
loads and loads.
Isn't it? It's kind of a modern art display I was going for, do you know what I mean?
Going for?
Like kind of a Tracy Emin, but with a beadboard, not a bed.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, completely planned that.
Totally. So, what are we going to be creating today?
Well, we're going to go for, first of all, we're going to do a double ring. Okay. Because these gemstones are just so gorgeous. And when I first got them, I was thinking I'm going to just make a really big statement ring, you know, it's going to be like a proper cocktail type ring. But when I saw actually the size of them and the shape of them, I thought they were ideal for the double ring.
Definitely.
So I had a little play and I thought actually it works out really well. So I've done one that's just been plain and one that's just got a bit of the wire embellishment on it as well. Then afterwards we're just going to have a bit of fun. I'm going to let Pip tell you and you decide really what rings you'd like me to do and what you're going to make along. So and plus I have also got the thicker wire that you gave me earlier.
Yeah.
And I figured maybe if we've got time, you and I could make a quick, simple, thicker wire ring.
Please. Yes, so, all over that.
Yeah, I think it's best you just don't know. Away from the stone.
Sorry. They're so pretty. This is yours today. The fact you can get all these gemstones you've seen how many should have left over. £19.95. And actually, I would have one in my wire wrap necklace, one of these.
Well, I was debating before I knew what my challenge was. I was thinking, oh, should I do a wire wrap pendant or one of these? That's why one's already been chopped up, ready to go. But yeah, you went and gave me actual stuff to do. So
I did, yeah.
You know. So I'll take that ring
on
off
this
the moment
as well.
Not surprised.
Not a surprise.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is we've got 0.8 wire for this. I've got 100 metres of the gold 0.8. And so the key thing when you're doing a double ring, if I can just have them, please.
The doubles.
What you've got to remember is that your fingers are going to be 2 different sizes. So one of the key things when you're doing these double rings is to make sure that you allow for the size of 2 fingers. So you've got to allow for the size variance and make one of them slightly larger than the other.
I
So
see.
that you can wear them comfortably. And I mean, I've worn mine, and you can still do stuff quite not restricting on your hand or anything like that.
Still can.
Yeah.
Still walk.
There's that. You know, but that's the key. I got a little friend.
Oh!
We've had
Hands on hips.
Okay, yeah, I can't do that. Remember what I was saying about the Zumba earlier? least coordinated person
ever.
Can't even Zumba with my fingers. It's just wrong.
There's a lot of movement in that,
Yeah,
though, isn't there?
there is,
You're
yeah.
still able to move so much you'd normally be able to.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is start off now. Whenever you're using a larger gemstone, whenever you're using not a round shape but like a flat shape or a coin shaped stone, the drill hole being in the middle, that ring is always going to have movement. So whereas this one hasn't got any decoration on it, I love the banding on it, but it's still got a slight movement. So what I've done on that, if I show you the back, is I've just given a very slight bit of wire here just to give the stone something to sit on, but it will still have a slight bit of movement. Now that's always going to happen because of the way that it's drilled. So it doesn't matter, the only way to avoid that is to do what I've done on the other ring. It's the only way to make the whole ring become completely solid. It's completely secure, but it will have that bit of movement. So if you do have a really pretty stone and you think, I don't want to do the wire work over the front of it, don't think, oh, if I've done something wrong because it's wobbling, because it's just the way that it's drilled.
It will have a bit of movement.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is start off with about just over 1 metre of wire.
And this is your 0.8, 100 metres.
Yeah.
You've also got 100 metres of your 0.6 for these designs, and this is your copper, and this is your gold. The 0.8 is the gold, the copper is the 0.6. Your price today should be $44.90, but we've done it all afternoon with double whammies of wire. You know what we're going to do. We're going to price drop it and price match it. It's going to be not £44.90, but it's going to be £29.95 for you on this today. Essentially, what? Oh, I thought we'd sold out of this then. I thought, what? No! £29.95 for you on this today.
Okay.
All that you need. 0.8 and 0.6.
So, do you want to choose a stone? Go on, you choose one.
Okay. Can I have this one?
Oh, it's got to be
actually,
awkward.
can I go this
No,
one?
you can have whichever one you want. You cut it.
Okay. I'm going to go for this one.
Oh, throw it out there.
I'm just going to switch it up a bit, Spellbind. Why not?
Okay, so what is nice about these stones is that each side is different. So on this side it's got quite a nice marking, on this side it's not, so decide what side you want to be the front of the stone, okay?
That one.
Yeah, I figured you would.
How did you know that?
Yeah, just because I know you. So I'm just popping the wire through, and the nice thing about these stones is that the drill hole is large enough for the wire to go through twice. Okay, so I'm going to pull the wire not quite halfway, and I'm going to take the longer length and I'm going to thread that through again.
0.8 to go through twice.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And so just, you can balance it a little bit, so you want roughly equal sides. Take the time to make sure that that wire sits nice and flat, because that's going to be quite a key feature, because that's actually, we're going to use this to attach the ring shanks. I mean, it's all done out of one piece, but to secure it to the stone and give it a bit of strength. Okay, so that's now gone through. So it's gone through the stone twice, so it's really nice and strong and secure in there as well. Okay, so bring the wires through to the middle. Just remove that, sorry. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one of them. It doesn't matter which one, they should be about equal length. And I'm going to thread it, and it will go through both. It will just go, as me saying that, underneath that wire there. So it's gone under both those wires. So if you can see that, yeah? Use your thumb to hold it in place. And that's just securing it, okay? And just do it again, just to secure it to that wire there. Don't want to blind you.
Awkward.
Jenny's always a bit scared, already a bit scared to come anywhere near me when I do
don't
stuff
mind.
like this. Okay, So that's wrapped around twice now, okay? So that's nice and secure. Now what I'm going to do is take my ring mandrel, and so I'm going to start with the first size. We'll apply the same rule that we normally do, go 2 sizes larger than you normally would aim for. So I'm going to go for
the ring mandrels I had on before, you know, the buy one get 3 free, the buy one get with 3 free. Buy one get 3 free, sold out. This is my point. That's what I wanted to say. It just took a bit of time. Yeah. 2 ring sizes bigger.
Wrap it around once, twice. Now I know why we haven't worked together for a while.
We always get like this.
Right, so I've wrapped it round. So if I'll just hold this up so you can see properly what I've done. I've wrapped it around 3 times. That wire's still there, so if I do that, it's still not been attached yet. Now what I want to do is that wire that's just there, I'm going to bring it around the ring shank.
Yeah.
Okay, and I want to just lock this in. So I'm going to remove that. Okay, and you can just see it's not locked in, this is still separated. And what I want to do is lock this to this part of the stone. So taking that wire, I'm going to thread it through the ring shank, so it's just there, and then going to thread it through but underneath those 2 wires as well.
Okay.
That's 1. So now that's it's starting to become more secure.
Yes.
So 1, thread it through again. Thread it through, and I do this about 3 times, just because I want this to be really nice and secure. Okay, so that's just been secure now. So that's there. Okay,
Yep.
The wire being here is now in a perfect place, so that when I do the second ring shank, it's going to be able to bind the 2 of them together.
Brilliant.
Okay, so now this is going to be the larger. Obviously, go by your size. So I'm making sure that this is about the size for this finger here.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go for the middle finger and see.
Ring finger. Oh, are you doing this side, yeah?
Yeah, so you've got the ring finger, then you've got the middle finger, so the centre finger, yeah. I'm just going to go for the size. I'm not quite sure. I'm just going to guess on that one. It's normally a bit of a larger size. Repeat exactly the same with the other wire. 1, 2, 3. Okay, wrap it around just to anchor it. And I know you probably can't see what I'm doing right now, but I'll turn it around and you'll see it. All I'm doing is exactly the same as I did for that first one. All right, so when I remove that, it's exactly the same.
I see.
Okay, it was just because I've got this one here, you've got to work next to it, but what you do want are these 2 sitting next to each other. Okay? The moment they're not separated, they're still, not joint, they're still separated. So now, again, taking that wire through, and what you'll notice I'm doing is I'm putting my thumb there to keep it all nice and secure and keep it nice and flat to the stone. Underneath those 2 wires again, pull it and wrap it through. Now if you're going to decorate the stone, probably need a little bit more wire than I've got here.
Okay.
But that being said, you can decorate the stone after with additional wire, because with this, the one that I've decorated there,
Yeah.
I actually took a second piece of wire and went over it again. So I decorated it first, but quite minimal, then took a second piece of wire and went over it again. So you can still add wire if you want to. Okay, so that's now nice and secure. So now we need to start making this bit look a bit prettier. Okay, so you can see there you're starting to get the sort of bare mechanics of it. All right, so with this wire here, I'm just going to take it around the side. And you notice I'm putting my finger inside the actual ring shank just to keep that shape.
Mm-hmm.
And you can be quite strong with this. Don't worry if you lose the shape of the rings, because you can pop it back on the mandrel and it will reshape. So I'm just wrapping around once, 2 times, 3 times. That's now nice and secure. Take your pliers and just go over it to make sure they're all sitting nicely next to each other. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This one here, I'm going to bring it down and bind these 2 together. So it's now in the middle, and it's just going to go 1, I tend to do things in phrase. It's easier to remember.
Yeah.
And it's just nice number. So again, 1, 2, 3. Okay. My ring mandrel back in. Get those sizes. And then, because I want to wrap the other side of this one just to make it really nice and secure and stop the wires from opening up, I can just feed the wire back along. So feed it back through the top, under both those wires again, over to this side, wrap both of these. 1, 2, 3. If you want to leave that as it is, that's pretty much the basic ring shank done. You just trim the wire there, and you've got the plain band. Pop your ring mandrel in, make sure you've got your size. Take the time to make sure that these wires don't cross. Obviously, I've done this in a bit of a rush. But if I was doing this, I'd make sure that I took that time to make sure those wires sat nicely next to each other and stayed nice and in shape. What you could then do, if you did want to decorate, just use the same wire, find a nice little place and just bring it around the stone. You don't even have to overcomplicate it. You could just do one, wrap it through the middle. So if I just show you there, if I wrapped it through the middle there, the gap between the two rings, and then brought it back around, that's going to keep it all nice and next to each other. Bring it back along. So if I just trim that bit, bring this wire back along here and add that to that wrap there, that would be nice and simple, but there'd be no movement on that stone, because either that one little flash of decoration, there's no movement because that's all it needs, and it's made the whole thing become solid.
Sturdy.
Okay, now when you're cutting the wire on the side of the ring shank, it's the same as we apply to any rule when we're cutting the ring. Bring it along as if it's going to be another wrap and cut it nice and close to the edge. Then taking your pliers, just gently.
Is this a squidge, not a crunch?
It's a roll or a rock, really. Just to throw it out there.
Just another one.
Just another one. So you want to sort of almost crimp that wire and gently rock, and that will just take that edge and get rid of that sharp edge. You do it on both sides. And then still at this stage, straighten those wires if they've got a little bit. There you go. Pop it back on the ring mandrel, and there's your double ring. So you're looking a bit messy, but
so simple and easy to do, but really, really dramatic. And if you are interested in wirework rings, why not get your hands on the DVD? We've got it here for you with a few new ones as well. Wirework rings. Discuss.
It's Louise who's done those ones. I actually haven't. I've heard a lot of good things about it. There's 6 projects, I believe, on there, but there's just 6 different ways of doing wirework rings.
Including the one that you see on the front as well, which is really pretty, isn't it? It's around an hour long, this DVD. You've also got your leather jewellery by the wonderful Natalia. You get shown how to do some gorgeous rings on here, actually.
I actually have one of Natalia's leather rings.
Do you?
Guess what colour it is? Bet you can't guess.
Greeny blue. This colour, teal, greeny blue. Obviously.
There was a big fight for that.
Was there?
I won.
Of course you did. That's scrappy, do you?
Yeah.
They've also got in here Makes for Men with the lovely Drew and Mark, who was on this morning. You get shown cufflinks, railroad bracelets, you get leather and metal, loads in there. Face cane, this is the one by the lovely Debbie Bulford. And you get shown in here how to do all the different sections of the face, but then how to add it in. It looks ridiculously tricky, but it's not. Chips and nuggets as well. It's a goodie if you haven't perhaps worked with chips and nuggets before, or perhaps you're a little bit afraid to. Perhaps you've got some at home. Did you get those gorgeous strands, the opal, the chrysoprase before? You're going to come up with so many ideas from that. So, 5 DVDs. We know they should be $4.95 each. So that would mean for 5, £24.75. Nowhere near. Oh, this is the Wirework ring DVD. This is some of the things on it. Some of the goodies that you can learn to make. You're not paying anywhere near £24.75 for it. It's going to just £12.25 on that. Every single penny we could squeeze off, we have for you. £12.25. Wow. Get your hands on this, because essentially you've got 5 hours worth of fun there that you can watch time and time again. Perhaps you've already got one of these, perhaps you've already got 2 of these. Do not worry. Swaps go on all the time on our Jewellery Maker Facebook page. For example, you might already have the makes for men and the chips and nuggets. Don't worry, why not swap it for ones that you don't have with somebody else? £12.25. Every single penny we can, we have taken off this for you. And you know what? Watch them once, give them as a gift. You can do that, can't you?
You can, but I think it's always nice to keep them for me, because you forget.
Yeah, that is true. You do forget.
If you do something and then a couple of months down the line you think, oh, I want to do that again, I can't quite remember how I did it.
You can remind yourself.
You've got it there.
All of those £12.25 today.
So there you go, there's a ring.
Thank you so much.
Might be a bit big for you.
No, we're looking good. Oh, I've done it on the wrong way, hang on. It's better.
Yeah, make sure you put them on the right way as well when you're wearing them. There you go.
So what are we up to now?
Right.
Left.
Up.
Down. Blue.
Yellow.
Oh, no, I was going red, but all right.
I'm not a red person.
The opposite. Yay.
Right, okay, so what ring would we like to do? Do you want to do one of the little square ones, or do we want to, well, rectangle ones? Do we want to do a little cluster design? What do you fancy?
I like the look of the rectangles.
What's he saying?
Are we saying, can you make one out of the silver wire? People have asked.
Yeah, the silver wire.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Oh.
What gauge is it? 0.8 and 0.6.
Ah, well, if you insist.
No problem. We can do that for you.
You should have said that
What would you like
before.
us to do? Cluster or square? Square. People are worried that they've missed the silver wire. They haven't. Don't worry. I'm bringing it in for you in a minute. Quite a lot of people asking about the square ones, so let's have a look
We'll
at
do
this.
the square ones. Right, the silver wire, I've used the 0.6. I've used more for coiling on one of the square rings. So for me, I would use the 0.8 primarily. And what I did with that one was I used, so if I just, the one with the copper wire, that one, I took 2 pieces of 0.8 and then I wrapped
Silver wire
them.
bottom of the screen.
So that's what I used the 0.6 for, to get that coiled
The
look.
gizmo in.
And then I hand coiled, but I hand coiled all of this.
Did you?
Yeah, so I
Gosh,
hand
you're
coiled
neat.
that and then continued with one of the pieces of wire just to give it a bit of decoration. So I'm not going to use the 0.6 for this. I'm just going to use the 0.8, but you know, you can experiment with 0.6.
Fab.
So what stone are you choosing then?
The one that I've already cut off.
The green one.
Oh, you're going for the green one.
Shock.
Now I'm going for a bit of purple.
Ooh.
Feeling very perked today.
Yeah, it does go with your dress.
Does
there.
actually,
Goes with
yeah.
my dress too.
Oh yeah, doesn't it?
Okay.
Aren't we good?
So for this one, I'm going to go for about 1 metre of wire. Reason being, I just like to have
Thank you.
more than not
less.
enough. That's right.
By the way, message in if you've got any questions for Laura Binding. You know, I like to put her on the spot while she's doing things and ask questions.
Yeah,
She's mean. 60777. So text to JM Studio or messages in jewellerymaker.com.
Okay, so we're going to do this one slightly different to the way that we normally do the rings. Normally I did the ring shank first, but on this one, I'm going to, in a way, same as the double ring, I'm going to put the wire through the gemstone first.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Find the centre of the gemstone. And again, even with these, they're both sides are really pretty. So make sure you choose the side that you want to be the front of the stone, the ring. So taking your wire, cross it over the back.
Yeah.
So you've got it going in each direction. All right. And now you want to just, with your thumb, swirl to lock those wires. So I'm just going to turn around and show you exactly what I've just done. So if you can see there,
Yeah.
see? So I've just
I see.
locked them. So just using your thumb, because you don't want to twist, you just, because you want to keep this as flat as you can. That's the key. When you've got stones like this, when you do a ring shank the other way and you create the twist, what you're doing is raising the whole of the ring. By doing it like this, you're going to keep everything quite...
Does it matter if it's not right in the middle?
Just to tweak it a little bit.
Ow.
So just pop your thumb there.
Oh, get you.
So, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
There you go. Fab. All right. So now, taking your ring mandrel, again, 2 sizes larger than you're aiming for. I will warn you, you've got to catch the light with some of these. They're very well used. Okay.
Okay.
So taking the top wire, I'm just going to bring it around once and then round again. So that wire is going to look on the back like it's got 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And from the front, it's just going around the top of the stone.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the bottom wire, wrap around once, all the way, so that the back's going to look like that with 3, and then if I turn it around, you've got the front. So you've got 1 above the stone and 1 below the stone. But you can see it. Now to lock all of that, to make sure you're at the right size, and to lock it, bring the top wire down and around the stone, and the bottom wire up and around the stone.
Yeah.
And that's just going to lock those wires in place. I move my fingers, it's just, and then just position it so your stone's sat how you want it to sit. Okay?
Yeah.
So if I take that off, you'll see that your stones, whoop, hello, sorry, we're getting in the wire mess. You've got 3 your wires won't be crossed. Okay? And then they're just going to be twisted lightly around the back of the stone. Okay? So now, again with one of your wires, bring it around the ring shank. Now what you'll notice is that I'm putting my finger again, holding that stone nice and close. I'm actually putting quite a lot of pressure there because I don't want the stone to rise. I want it to stay as flat to the ring shank as I can, and just pull that wire around once and then twice just to secure it and lock it. So
that's
now,
around the actual shank, isn't it?
Yeah. And again, take your pliers just to straighten those wires there, see? And make sure that they're sitting how they should be.
Okay.
Okay? So then on the other side, repeat on the other side. So if I just show you there again, I'm holding the wine. I'm
holding a wine. Oh, are you?
Wire and stone.
Pink
See,
coffee. That was too funny.
I'm really making sure that I hold that stone nice and close to the ring shank because I don't want it to be too high up. Put it nice and tight. Really lock that in once, twice.
Okay.
So now you'll find, that's it, oops. So your stone's still got movement.
Yeah.
Okay, so it can still move, as we just saw, mine's still got movement. I can still twist it and move that stone around, but it's now lying nice and close to the ring shank.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so again, don't worry, you have them. I have these. Make sure that your ring shank is how you want it to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what you need to do is secure this stone, because as I said, it's got too much movement. Your ring shank itself is done, so now it's just about having a bit of fun. All I did was bring one of the wires up. Now you can see, especially with this silver, that's beautiful, this colour, just bring it along, thread it through, and just use your finger to hold that wire in place and bring it right the way down. I'll show you exactly what I'm doing in a minute, it's just I need to be able to see it to hold it. Okay, so that's now sat across the front of the stone like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've just brought the wire straight down, and see there how it's coming up, so it's just straight down the stone. So that's going to lock in that place there. Now with this one here, you can repeat in the opposite direction. And again, I'm just holding that wire where I want it to go. And each one's going to turn out differently.
Yeah.
So now that's looking like that. I quite like that. But you can position it how you want it to go, use your nails and get the wire to sit however you want it to sit. And then just bring the wire up again. This is the wire that I've used for this piece here. I'm just bringing it around the other side of the stone. Again, this is a bit of one of those where you've got to look at it and think, do I like how that design is turning out? Each one's going to be different. And then, once you're happy with your stone. Your stone's now going to be secure. Okay, now what you'll see is you've got wire coming straight up. If I can just show that there, see how it's gone straight up. Bear with me. There you go. So you can see it there. Now I want to flatten that a little bit. I don't want that angle there. So taking my pliers, I'm just going to keep my pliers shut and push against that wire. And now it's gone and actually hugging the stone now.
I see.
And that's not going to mark the wire because all I've done is pushed it. So I haven't got my pliers in and tried to tweak it in.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can slip and you can end up nicking the wire.
Right.
But by doing that, you're just gently moulding it in. And do that on all of the little sections of the stone. Just gently.
Switch around.
Yep, keeping those pliers shut, just gently mould it to hug the stone. And then, you know, use your fingers to have it sat how you want to sit. And then just wrap it once or twice around the base of the stone. So now that when you've sort of got all of those wires where you want them,
yeah,
just wrap to support the stone a little bit. So you can see there, that's now looking pretty on the front, but supported around the base as well. And because we've already wrapped the ring shank, again, just make sure you're happy with it. You can either separate the wires and just bring it straight down and just do one wrap quickly.
Yeah.
Or you could even bring the wire up into the stone and do a spiral if you wanted to. I'm not too keen on doing that when it's on the front of a ring because it can lift quite easily sometimes. So
Okay.
I try to stay away from that. But you can do that if you wanted to. It's just for me, I think if you're wearing it and it catches and it lifts up, it can, you know, especially if you're giving it as a gift. So I would just leave one wire on one side, one on the other, wrap it around quickly, and then just snip that wire again. So again, nice and close to the edge. So it's got a really tiny little, you want it as close as you can. And then just gently rock that edge out of the way. And then just repeat on the other side. Now each one of these again will come out differently. This one I didn't do so wiry over the top. On those ones I was sort of decorating each corner, really building it up.
Yeah.
So it's one that you can just, again, it's a play about. I love the fact that each one would turn out differently.
Each one will be completely different, won't it?
Pop it back on your ring mandrel and just gently twist the ring round, and you'll find it'll go back down to the size that you want. And now that's nice and set.
Nice, neat and set.
But what you will find is when you're doing that, that's when you'll find out if there's any sharp edges.
Because you'll be able to feel it.
Because you'll feel it when you're twisting the ring. And it'll...
Ooh! Now, if you are interested... Ooh!
Okay.
Ooh!
Can I just say something on yours?
No.
I'll just show you a trick. No, I'll show you a trick.
Yeah, go on.
So take yours off.
Yeah.
And you see on Becky's, lovely as it is, but she's very slightly got the wire a little bit loose here.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Now
I had to pull that though.
Well, if you hadn't moulded it like I said,
a
little trick is to take your pliers and just kink.
Good tip.
And that will pull that wire really
Yanks
close
it all into place.
and pulls it right into place.
Now,
so it's just a little
I've got a question for you.
It's like a little cross.
925, and I was going for a kiss.
Oh.
925 wire, I've got that coming up in a bit.
Yes.
Can you do 925 rings easy peasy?
Yeah, it's exactly the same. I mean, it depends on what gauge it is, obviously. But you could see that I used a metre and I had that left. So you probably don't have to use about 3/4 of a metre and you've got a pretty little ring like that.
How pretty.
Yeah. Have I got time to show the heavy gauge wiring?
Yeah, you can show the heavy gauge, definitely, because we've got about 12 minutes.
That's what I figured.
Heavy gauge wire, which I've got,
Have a
and
go?
I've got a thingy as well. Let me bring you the 925 now.
Okay.
925 wire that I've got for you, because we've said that's taken
You've got a
3/4
hammer.
of a
Well, while you're
metre.
doing that, I'll find the hammer.
Go ahead. But you've got 4 meters worth in this. Have a little look. You've got the gold and the beautiful rose gold colour in this. All 925 this is. And you've got in here 1 metre of the gold, 0.6, 1 metre of the gold in 0.8. You've got 1 metre of the rose gold in 0.6 and 1 metre of the rose gold in 1 mil. So you've got 0.6 in a gold and a rose gold, 0.8 in the gold and 1 mil in the rose gold.
Wow.
That's all you're getting, all of those in there, 4 metres worth. Your price should be £44.80 because it's 925, isn't it? So it's high end.
Yeah.
But today, this is really low. You're going to love it. It's not £45, which it should have been near to. It's just going to be £29.95, and this is a metre's worth. This is a long amount you're getting here. You're getting a full metre's worth of this today. Price match of the other wire. Huge saving. And if you were to make a Wirework ring, 925, what are we looking at price-wise?
Well, I mean, again, it depends what gemstones you put in it, but you're looking at probably about £20 just for a little simple ring. And I just wanted to fill this, sorry, you're going to hate me because I've just started straightening it. It's because this being sterling silver, it's nice and malleable.
Malleable, it's gorgeous,
So it means that you would, even though I generally say 0.8, you know, me and Gemma have a bit of an argument where we
0.8, 1 mil.
1 mil, you know, I use both of them. So for me, because it is sterling silver, what you can do is you would be able to achieve the same with this because it's soft and malleable as well. So you would be able to do a ring just like we just did quite easily.
Really easily.
As long as you get it through the drill hole. That's the only thing to remember when you're using a 1 mil, only because of the size of the wire.
So get your hands on that today. Serious saving. Do not worry, I will sort it out. Don't you respring?
Well, it's not really a respring, is it?
No, because you're making a mess of it now. So £29.
Set my piece everywhere.
£39.95 should have been closer to 45. Now we're going to show you how to work with the really chunky gauges, which can be a bit daunting if you've not used it before.
It can be, yes, definitely. So you're going to have a go as well.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, go you.
Go you!
I'm going to cut off probably about just shy of a metre.
What mil wire is this one you're working with?
1.25. You can use 1.25 or 1.5 for these types of rings. So the same for me. Now I probably got cut off too much, but the reason is that it's because it's a thicker wire. It's only a couple of bends, but you use the wire up quicker than you realise.
Okay, fab.
So when you do a ring like this, what I'm going to do is it's freeform. So you only need a pair of them.
Round nose pliers.
Round nose pliers. Already cut the wire, so that's fine. I've got the hammer and plate there just in case we do want to do a bit of hammering.
Okay.
So,
by the way, if you do want to get your hands on seriously thick wire, I've got it here in your copper colour. 10 metres of 10 metres of 1.5, 10 metres of 1.25. Your price should be today £17.90. But we're going to price match. We're going to go lower. No, when I say price match, I don't mean to the 29. I mean to the very low £12.95 for you today. And then we'll show you exactly what to do with it now. So this is 125.
Yep, so you're going to have to, again, this is a bit freeform.
Okay.
I tend to always start off with a little spiral. Now, being the thicker wire, you know, it's still very malleable, but you do have to kind of be a bit more forceful with it. And you don't want it to be too big. Well, you could do, it's up to you. So, and what I am trying to do is make sure that the beginning part of the spiral isn't a rough edge. So I put my finger across it, and that's why I'm putting my pliers, just to make sure it's nice and yes.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to hammer parts of this, I tend to do this as I go along. So, you know, I'm just going to. Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay, so just a little bit of a hammer, and that's going to create that texture on it. Okay. You can see that there.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Now, this way you start using your ring mandrel. So, with this, you really only want to go for the size that you're aiming for, really.
Okay.
Maybe a little tiny bit smaller because it will become an adjustable ring.
Oh, fab.
Place the spiral on the mandrel, but what you want to do, I can't find my ring sizes, there we are, is the wire here needs to go on the size groove. So don't think of where your spiral is, think of where this wire here is.
Okay, got you.
Okay, now start to have a look. So just start to form it, and now we can do maybe another little spiral.
Not now.
No. Sorry, being a bit blonde. You want to go all the way around first, don't you?
Yeah.
I love how you're like, what
now?
Right, sorry. I had something in my head I was thinking of, that's all. So you bring it all the way around.
Yep.
Okay. So it's one around the back, just one, all you need is one wrap around the back. And now you can start thinking about the design at the front. If you want that to be on the side of your finger, if you want that to be in the centre of your finger, you can remove it and just pop your round nose pliers in and just do a spiral, a little loop. Okay. And then, and just holding that wire, I'm just bringing it, repositioning my pliers and just gently feeding that wire to come back around. So now it's looking, I've got too much wire here, but in fact I can trim a bit. Still got enough to do stuff with that bit there. So you can now see it's starting to take shape. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. There you go. Now put your pliers in and bring the wire back round again.
Okay, so it comes down to the front.
Yeah. So pop it back on the mandrel. Make sure you're getting at the right sort of size that you want, because what will happen is you'll start to find this is going to be too far around the finger. But you can bring that in just by popping your pliers in and just working it around a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to now create another loop with that. Bring the wire across here. So now you can see how that's created another spiral. But if I hadn't have popped that back on the mandrel, it would have ended up right around the side of your finger. So you do need to just, again, keep referring to it to get an idea. Again, you can go around again if you want, or you can it's just having a bit of, a little bit, just bending it now. And then I'll probably just do a little spiral here. So I'll trim it. Take it off, pop my pliers in, another little spiral. Now I pop that on the ring mandrel again. What you can do is mould it around the ring mandrel, and what you can do is take your hammer and just gently, because it's a metal ring mandrel, I am being gentle, just gently hammer it to sort of go around the shape of the mandrel. So see how it's coming around here? I can just gently hammer it to get that shape. That's a heart, isn't it? And then where I've got this other spiral here.
Sorry, I forgot I was on TV then. I was just like, oh, innit? Sounding ridiculous.
You wind me up for my accent. Innit? Right, so now I've got this other spiral. And if I want to hammer this one, I'm going to just bring the ring to the edge of the steel block. Now, I wouldn't flatten this against the ring mandrel.
No.
I would flatten this separately.
Okay, to flatten it out. I am bringing your hammer for the blocking in a minute. I'll bring it on now.
Bring it on. So there's a nice simple ring. So you want to do it, I want to do it. And so you can just tweak it around as well. Make sure.
I'm joking.
Watch your fingers.
I am watching them. You've got a brush, haven't you? All right.
I wouldn't brush when you're doing a little area like this.
They are.
When you do the brushing, that's when you're doing sort of like a long piece of wire like this. What Becca's referring to, if I can just try, is if you hammer this and sort of sweep out like this, you'll get like you'll widen out the wire.
I get you.
And that's what you were doing. But I wouldn't do that when you're doing a spiral. You just want to flatten that. And what you could do if you want to get extra clever is just using the ball end of the hammer is you could just texture it. And then if you really wanted to sort of jazz it up a little bit, what you could then do, so if you pop that on, so that's nice featuring, just like that. Oh look, ring buddies.
Mine looks a bit like a chameleon sticking its tongue out.
What you would do on yours, right? You've done yours a bit big, so that's fine.
Yeah, but it's adjustable.
It's adjustable. So what you would do is pop it back on the mandrel and hammer it. See, mould it. Use your fingers to mould it.
Stop saying mould.
Why? It's what you're doing.
Moulding it.
Moulding it.
Now, whilst you're being mouldy, I'm going to bring to you a hammer and block with a gizmo tool as well. You've got the hammer and block, which we've seen. It's so easy to use, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's why I hammered that. You don't have to hammer it. You know, it's just.
I think it's lovely. It gives
what
it a
you
nice
can
effect,
do,
though, doesn't it?
What you could then do if you've got fine wire is weave in between here, little woven sections.
Love that. Mixed metals.
There you go.
Not only are you going to get the hammer and the block, you've also got the gizmo here as well. This is your 2-rodded gizmo. Let's take a look at the price it should be. £19. 85 pence is the price it should be, which is good, is it?
Yeah, I mean, I paid more or less that for my hammer when I first started doing this.
Ooh.
Not from here.
No. So that's good for all three, but we're giving you a special cheeky deal. Today it's just £11.50. And honestly, if you haven't opened your baskets yet, Gemma Crow went to post this block to one of her friends. £6.50 it cost her just to post this block. It's seriously heavy. You're getting this and whatever you add to your order today until midnight for just £2.95 postage and packaging. Just to let you know, the silver wire, it says on the bottom what gauges it is. It does say at the bottom, silver it says 1.25 mil, and it also says gold was 1.5. That's what's at the bottom of the screen at the moment. £12.95 for you today. Oh yeah. Oh, perfect. So that is your price on this today. £11.50. Get your hands on all of these goodies. Fab for them. Yeah. Good price, isn't it?
Brilliant price. Proper bargain.
Thank you. Why are you giggling now?
Because I know as soon as I came out, I could just see you go, proper bargain.
Proper bargain. I love your accent, you know that. Did you say there was a message then? We've had a couple of messages. Oh yes, the question about the gauge of the wire on there, and also someone asked earlier on, is it possible to do a gizmo coil wire ring?
Yes, yeah, it is. I would use still put wire through the coil to use as a base, and then you can just control the wires. Then, so what you would do is a coil, put a couple of strands through, and then use them to finish it.
I see, to go around it.
Yeah, but a long time ago, Gemma did a design where she twisted a bit of wire. I mean, that ring there that I did with the copper wire, you could have done with the gizmo as well. But I quite like the wrapping to be quite close and tight and neat. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when you're using a gizmo coil, I just try and use the smaller rods if you've got the deluxe gizmo.
Okay, so do it on the smaller one. And don't forget, if it was you who messaged in with that question, we have got the gizmo coil in this as well. So if I spin, look at all of these that you've made. Ring, fun.
And then these ones.
I know these ones
as
well.
I don't know where the other one's gone.
One there as well, isn't there?
Oh, that was from the first one.
There's loads here that we've made this afternoon.
Why it's ring mania.
How do you find rings sell?
Really well, I think, because especially if you're at a craft fair and you've got if you imagine if you just had that selection at the front of your craft stall, or if you're doing jewellery parties or anything like that and you've just got that there, it's going to get people's attention. And if you've got a little stash with you and I've done a couple of school fairs. I've done 2, and both times I've ended up spending the whole time, bear in mind it's children, it's pocket money kind of thing, with just a reel of 0.8 wire, a bead scoop. I've just filled a chocolate tin box up with a ton of odd beads and just said to them, right, choose one gemstone, and made one little simple ring for them, and they've absolutely loved it. But then I've had other stuff for adults, to mummies and daddies come over, that if they want something, then there's a few older stuff there as well. But it's just, everybody loves rings.
Everyone does, don't they?
Yeah.
It is. Whenever anyone actually brings anything, if there's a ring there, instantly I've popped it on, haven't I?
Yeah.
Instantly. It's like me with these earlier.
You were.
You've got to try a few on, haven't you?
There. Well,
to
you
make
haven't.
sure
You
you
have.
do. I do. Now, Laura, spellbinding, you're a little love. Thank you so much for showing us that. How's your challenge going?
I'm doing a ring. Can show it.
Oh.
So I said about netting the stone in.
Ooh.
So I'm just netting.
Bit of netting coming up.
So that's pretty much all I've done now, though.
We love it. We'll let you get on with that because
thanks.
after the break, I have got an avalanche.
When shopping with Jewellery Maker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay one postage and packaging charge. We have 2 delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. Or opt for our premium delivery at just £4.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Jewellery Maker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information.
If for any reason you're not satisfied, you have the benefit of our no-quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
Start off by threading 4 gemstones onto your beading wire. Simply take one end of the thread and pass through the first gemstone. Pull tightly. This then forms the diamond-shaped pendant. The larger the gemstone, the larger the pendant will be.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
Welcome back to Jewellery Maker. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. My voice is getting slightly better, isn't it? Which is nice. This is our quantity avalanche, which means that I'm going to start off with some goodies that we have loads of, triple figures in fact. We're going to have loads of them. And then it's going to go down and down and down in quantity until we're going to have, well, last chance saloon goodies for you. Sadly, which means you're going to have to be quick on the phone. Doesn't mean that the price is going to start high and go down. It is in order of quantity. So we're going to start with the high and go on to the low. So I've got for you, starting off with our highest, we're going to put your quantity on screen at each point. If you like it though, get on the phone as soon as you can. This is 95 carats of your blue colour coated quartz, graduated faceted sources. Hasn't this got a touch of the iolite about it? It really does, doesn't it? I've already got one gone. 18 centimetre strand of this. This is your colour coated saucers. What do you think of saucers?
I think they're great because you can use them in a different way, and the light coming off of that is amazing. And I think again it adds that bit of interest and texture to your pieces as well. You can sort of almost do like a button-like effect with them as well.
I was just going to say do a button because these as cufflinks would be lovely.
Yeah, it'd be really nice. All you'd need to do
they?
is put a head pin through.
Yeah.
Job done.
And then it's done. Because they're really pretty in size. Now I've got 195, which is to everyone seems like quite a high quantity, but trust me on this, okay? Our quantities fly. Think about the amount of people that are actually watching. Think about the amount of people who have already added to their order today. And do get yourself on the phone for these, because I think if you are interested in iolite, and if you do like those kind of denim unisex colours, if you do like this beautiful cut, then You're going to want to get yourself on the phone as soon as you see this price. Price today is £12.95. If I was to count these saucers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 26, and I'm not even halfway on the strand yet. You have got so many on here. You truly have. Unusual shape as well, isn't it, to have the saucer? It's a little bit like a bicone and a little bit like a rondelle. But the difference between the two is obviously a bicone is usually triangular in point. It's usually slightly longer surface sideways. And also on a spacer you'll be able to see, I wonder if you can actually, where it meets in the middle, it's not a jutting out line, it's actually an undulating zigzag effect that you've got on here. It's really hard to create the look because, as you can imagine, small surface area, but it's a really eye-catching, you know, I know what it reminds me of. At the edge line itself, it's not flat, it's like the corner of a, you know, a flantin. It's got the undulating in and out zigzags. That's the look you've got on this. Get it home, you'll be able to see better. £12.95 for you. You've got 185 of these left. Get it whilst you can. JBRU42 today. Now, don't forget, we're going lower down in quantities. So that started off at 200, didn't it? I've got a beautiful strand here. It's a really fun Aztec strand. Have a little look at these for me. I don't know why, but this kind of reminds me of a strand they might have on, you know, Great British Sewing Bee. You know, they always have these funky shapes, don't they, on there, and these funky fabrics. 140 carats worth of these arrow heads. I'll show you one separately to show you how it looks separately. These are fab because you can have them all interlinking like this, almost giving you this zip effect, but you can do it point to point as well, creating a bow. You could do it side to side as well, doing almost a diamond shape in the middle. 140 carats worth, 14 by 10. Let's get your quantity in. It's trying to come in, it's being silly. 150 is my starting quantity of this. We've already had a couple done though. Let's bring your price in so everyone can have a chance. It's just £6.95. This is sizable. This is modern. This is fun. And you can use these in any way you want. Essentially, let's imagine we're going to use 2 on each, okay? Let's imagine we just use 2. You could create, just using 2, 3 totally different sets of earrings. Yeah. You could do one earring that was, you know, both pointing down. You could do a bow shape, so the V's go sort of on top of each other. You could do it the other way and have some gemstones suspended in the middle. Just by using 2, you've got all these different looks and all these different shapes. Take your moments. It's only £6.95 for you. Do you see you had a text for me? Go on then. It's an interesting text. It's from Jeanette in Devon. Hello, Jeanette. It says, hi, on another site, the same steel block is £22.50.
Yeah.
Blimey, Charlie, thanks for letting me know that. High price.
Well, when I first started doing wire work and I went to a shop in Bristol, I did pay a lot more money for just the hammer on its own than both of those together, so the value is brilliant.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah. Really?
Thank you very much for letting us know that. Now, £6.95. Lengthy strand. It's going down really quick, isn't it? Started with 150, 130, people queuing on the phone. 128 left now at the moment. I have got people online though. £6.95 for a full length of gemstone like this is exceptional. HLGP81. I've got people buying 2 of these, got people buying 3. Eliza, hello, gorgeous name Eliza. Jennifer, I've got you purchasing some. Deborah, Helen, Alison, Jackie. Hello everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Get your hands on this. Have a lot of fun, I think, with this one. You can make something really timeless, but really pretty with these, couldn't you? 120, that's all I've got left. Now in my price avalanche, sometimes what will happen is we'll get a quantity in of something brand new, but it'll be lower than we want it to be. That's what I've got coming up now. 3 brand new strand. Have a look, because it's gorgeous. So pretty. It reminds me of those, what are those green and brown sweets you get?
Ooh, limes.
Ooh, lime.
Chocolate and limes?
Chocolate limes. Chocolate limes. That's what it reminds me of, but it's not. It's bicoloured chrysoprase. 200 carats worth for you today. These are your graduated long pear drops. Now, chrysoprase is a really beautiful gemstone, and actually it's something that I was talking about with Asia before. We had that strand of chrysoprase on earlier, didn't we? In Asia, this is just going up and up and up in popularity, and it's starting to be known in Asia as imperial chrysoprase, something that initially was only saved for jadeite. And bear that in mind, bear the popularity in mind, and also bear in mind that when Steve first went to get his hands on this, and he went to Hong Kong, which, as I've said, at the moment in Asia it's huge, it's so popular. Chrysoprase is going up and up and up in popularity out there. He met up with a gentleman who had an exhibition over there, and he had a selection. He had 2 boxes worth of chrysoprase, and he had it on his stand and he was selling it. And Steve asked him what the price he was going to go for was. Bearing in mind he had 2 huge crates of it, and he said he was going to sell it for the equivalent of £100 per carat. And Steve kind of started to laugh internally a little bit about that price, because he thought, in no way is anyone going to get chrysoprase per carat, £100 per carat. Bearing in mind you've got 200 carats here. And he went back a couple of days later and spoke to the same guy and said, have you got any of that chrysoprase left? And he said no, sold it within minutes. Because he had 2 people bidding on these boxes, and they actually ended up spending more than that per carat. That's how popular this is. It keeps rising in popularity. 200 carats worth here. Introductory price, because this is a brand new strand, we've started doing now and again for you. We've started doing introductory prices, which means that you can see a gorgeous strand like this, and something so unusual as well, bicoloured chrysoprase. Don't think I've seen it before until this strand. It's nice to be able to offer it you so that you can look at it and think, actually, in 2 months' time, I'll wait till then so we can get it lower. No, we want to bring it to you first time, say thank you for watching, thanks for keeping your eyes peeled. Let's be the first ones to own it at the lowest price it's going to be. This is your introductory price I'm going to give you. After 9 o'clock, the price you will be paying is £24.95. That's even if it's on TV, that's even if it's on the website, whatever it is. Your introductory, lowest price this is ever going to be, introductory price today is just £19.95 for you, and that is it. Introductory price though, and I've got 98 now in stock for you. Don't worry if you added these to your basket when it was £24.95, do not worry, you will still only be paying £19.95 for it. Get your hands on it whilst you can, though. You'll agree some of these are very sizable. 36 by 17 mil on some of these. Laura B, what would you think of doing with them?
I don't know, they're gorgeous, aren't they?
I like these.
I wouldn't want to do too much with them. I just want to keep the beauty of them.
Yeah,
that large one in the centre is just stunning, just as you had it then.
Yeah.
That's just on its own, it's just gorgeous.
Isn't it pretty?
Again, I think that's something I wouldn't do anything to take away the beauty of it. Maybe a little frame around it, just not actually on the stone itself, just to sort of frame it.
That's a really nice idea. What I will say is, it says 89 on screen. Because of the queue on the phone, we've got around a 1.5 minute delay on the actual numbers that could go up. So we've got quite a few less of that at the moment. So do stay where you are. My next one in our quantity avalanche, let's take a look. Topaz, genuine topaz. 60 carats worth to be precise. These are your faceted pairs. Spellbinding, 3 words when you think topaz, go.
You just think luxurious, expensive, pretty.
Good. It's better than lush, lush, lush.
I think lush, lush, lush was a very good description.
To be fair, yeah, you're right. What do you think? So you just said like expensive, luxurious. Does $10.95 spring to mind?
No.
90 left though, you're gonna have to get quick. Genuine topaz, £10.95. That is it. Now, genuine topaz. Have a little look online. In fact, 89. Don't look online now. Add it to your basket. Get yourself onto it now. Because topaz is one of those gemstones which is not only is it in the public consciousness, which often can draw people to your stand, the fact you're working with something so high grade, but also it's something that you do think of these high-end words, you do think of things like expensive and luxurious when you think of topaz. The fact you can get it, and all this as well, loads of it, for $10.95 is amazing. The actual mining process when it comes to getting your hands on topaz, some mines for topaz, you can only have 3 or 4 mines in there at any one point. Some mines aren't open for 6 months of the year. It's a tricky gemstone to get your hands on, which is kind of one of the reasons that it is so popular. But I've only got 82 of these in stock right now, so do get your hands on it whilst you can. Now, like I said, there is a queue on the phone, but don't worry, we will be with you, and you are answering orders, so get yourself online now. 0800 644 655. That is your phone number. And if you are online today, just make sure you're checking out, because although it says 77, there is about a 1.5 minute delay on that currently. So we might be closer to 50, we might be closer to 40. It's better to check out just to be sure, because I don't want you to look at that on screen and think, oh, I've got it in my basket, I'll leave it there until it's down to the 20s, because we might actually be sold out. There's about a 1.5 minute delay on the quantity at the moment. We started out with 90, 72 already, but it could technically be lower. That 71 is the highest it will be. We've got less than that, 70 now. £10.95 for you on this beautiful, genuine topaz. When you get out a box that is golden and has a little sneaky framing section and then has a magnetic clasp, hear that? Magnetic clasp on it, you know there's going to be something special, and you are completely right. Multicoloured sapphire. Can you see what is on this strand? Can you see possibly the rarest colour of sapphire on the earth right now? Green sapphire and orange sapphire. Look, the box is trying to close itself. It doesn't want you to have it. You've got green on here. You know, we keep talking to you about the situation with sapphire, but we've been saying that green is looking at getting classed as extinct. Green you've got in here. When it comes to gemstones, when we talked about extinction in gemstones, generally what we mean is actually about the bleeding of colour. But when we talk about it as in the nature of being able to get your hands on gemstones, what we mean is you get a time frame of when you can't find a certain gemstone for a certain amount of time, few months. If you can't find it, it gets classed as extinct, as in you cannot get your hands on it anymore. We are getting to that point with green at the moment, because it has been a few months now before any new green sapphire has been found. This gemstone strands from a couple of months ago, obviously we get it in, and because we've only got 79 of it, we've got a few of these left. But also sometimes we'll bring something to you, and if we've got loads of product on, we'll keep it ourselves. And of course, don't forget shipping. We could have seen this or picked this 6 months ago, but the fact of, you know, getting it over here from its location, which is Africa, getting all the stamping done on it, getting all the weights done, getting them all cut beautifully and things like that. That takes months. So the fact that you have got some green on here, you could, and it could honestly be your last ever chance to purchase green sapphire first hand. Not an heirloom, not a hand-me-down. That's exquisite, isn't it? I've only got 76 of these left. Your price today is £49.95. This is an exquisite hand-faceted, beautiful strand. And honestly, the unusual thing is, what I would say with this is, A, definitely get your authenticity certificate. Either do it by calling our call centre and they can get one sent out for you, or you can just print them off once you've added it to your order and checked out your basket. You can get one then as well once it gets delivered to you. But what I would say is, it might sound a little bit dramatic, a little bit over the top, the fact that in a few years, well, no, even a few months, you know, the green sapphire that you've got, how many have I got on now? 1, 2, 3 together, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 7 of the green I've got on this strand. It sounds dramatic, the fact that it will be extinct, you know. It sounds over the top now, but actually in a year's time, when there is no such thing as a freshly mined or a freshly gotten green sapphire, it will kind of hit home a little bit more. But then it'll be too late, won't it? 72 left at £49.95 could be your last ever chance to own this beautiful strand. These are eye clear. Take a little look. Really pretty. The Carnelian, no, the chameleon of all gemstones. I said the chameleon of all gemstones. I went the carnelian of all gemstones, but clearly meant chameleon. 130 carats worth of this. 60. This will not hang around at all, especially when you see the price. In fact, let's bring the price in. Plain slabs today, just £7.95. You have to get quick to this. How gorgeous is a little headpiece. What do you think?
Oh, that's pretty.
Cute, right? What would you think of doing with this strand?
For me, I just think they're lovely features. You could make a really unusual ring out of that. Just almost have it like a shard wrapped in stone, just attached to stone. It's you, wrapped in wire.
Don't blame me now, spellbinding.
Totally blaming you. You know, so that it would give like a really nice organic look as well, I think. You know, nice pair of earrings, nice pendant. It just as it is, like that, actually would be quite bridal as well. If you had just like it spaced or just a cluster of them.
I love that idea actually. And at £7.95, definitely worth getting your hands on, because this is going to go with everything. It's kind of your staple. If this was a wardrobe piece, it would be a little black dress, wouldn't it? It goes with absolutely everything. It's the total staple for every jewellery maker's kit. And the fact that you've got it in such an unusual shape as well is beautiful. Imagine this just with a plain round in between each one, just spaced out. You're going to get this gorgeous fan-like effect, quite an ethereal, quite an eye-catching piece with minimal effort. Please check out your baskets, because I can see there's quite a few of you that have got it in your baskets, so I don't want you to miss out. 45 of these we have got left, 44 of these we have got left at the moment. Once they're gone, they are gone. And what I will say as well is, you know, new rules and regs are coming in all the time, and we've been told that when we have a certain small amount of something, we're not allowed to show them on TV. So if this gets down to say 30-ish, we might not be allowed to show it on TV again, which means that you'll have to get it online. You might, well, it definitely won't be part of a bundle, so you won't be able to get money off it. So get it whilst you can. 38 left at £7.95 for you. Don't forget, we've got less than that at the moment in time. Oh, You'll love this. Amethyst. What do you think of this strand?
It's pretty.
Isn't it?
It's very pretty. Oh.
Oh, it does make you go, oh, doesn't it?
Yeah.
20 carats worth of this beautiful amethyst. These are your graduated rondelles. And these are from 2x1 all the way to 4x2. I've only got 53 of these in though, so you'll have to be quick. Now these are, I think it's funny with smaller gemstones like this. Sometimes you can look at them and think, I wouldn't know what to do with such a small selection. I haven't got a clue. But the other day I was making something for Mother's Day, and I thought, oh, I've run out of really small gemstones, and it's so frustrating. What would you think to do with these ones?
Do you know they're the perfect size for beady beads?
Yeah,
if you like to do beady beads or anything like that, they're perfect for that. They're perfect if you like to do bridal pieces, or not necessarily bridal, prom pieces, you know, anything like that they'd be ideal for, because just a couple of them clustered together would really add that movement.
What about for our next show together?
They would be very good for our next show together. If we're allowed to continue working together.
I know, yeah. we've got a little theme coming up. But we're not going to tell you. It's exciting.
It's cool.
48 of these left. Let's get your price in, shall we? Jug H60A, £7.95 for genuine, totally real amethyst. It's such a beautiful tone, great saturation, beautiful hue. You've even got some pops of pinks in here actually, which is really unusual. Seriously sparkly and seriously low in price. Jug H, 68 your code. 20 carats worth on here. I have got for you a really pretty and gem heavy strand of chalcedony. Take a little look. Do you know what I love about chalcedony in this cut? I wonder if you managed to get it on screen. You get this beautiful thing whereby the colour itself almost pools to the section that spires out, and then the transparency just comes into the middle. It's almost like this pooling effect of colour that you get, but as you turn it, that changes. It's absolutely stunning. Now, 29 of these left, and this is Peruvian chalcedony, and you've got 135 carats worth. These are, well, they're called irregular drops, but there is nothing irregular about these at all. They are all faceted in exactly the same way, all graduating beautifully in size. Graduated, faceted, irregular drops. I don't see anything irregular with these at all. The bottom's got that beautiful spiraled out triangular faceting, and then draws your eyes almost this bulb-like shape with this gorgeous diamond shaped faceting around the outside, and then your eyes drawn to the center again. Do you know what? It is 925 these as a ring. It's almost like a prong set ring you could get with these. Now, 26 left. I've just told you that when we've got less than 30 of something, we've been told we're not really meant to bring it to screen unless it's something like, say, your diamonds or your sapphires, you know, the big ones, the big boys that we don't want to just leave, you know, the ones you don't expect to have low quantity of. We've only got 23 of these, so as a little farewell to this gemstone strand, we're going to do you a cracking deal. So get yourself on the phone, because $14.95 is the price it's been. It's the price you've paid online and whenever it's been on the show. But we're giving you a good buy price now, £9.95. It's your last chance to purchase, because I've got 22 of these at the moment, and it's going down every single second. Get it whilst you can, because this is a say goodbye offer. 21 left, that's it. And you've got loads on here, haven't you? You'll notice there's not loads of space between each of them. They're all truly squished onto their technical term. 15 of these left now. Oh, I've just pulled off a tassel. £9.95. It's time to say goodbye to them. I've got 12 of these left in stock at the moment. It's a gorgeous hue. Beautiful. Especially for this time of year, isn't it? 8 left. I've got to move on. It's going to be a sellout. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. There is a bit of a queue on the phone. If you're on the phone, you might well get it. But do stay where you are, because you'll definitely want to get your hands on something a little bit special. One of the most difficult gemstones in the world to cut into shape. It's the most powerful green. Chrome dioxide is a nightmare to cut into this shape. 2 main reasons. Number 1 is the fact that it has a perfect cleavage, and number 2, it has a perfect cleavage in 2 different directions. I've got 28 of these. It's 30 carats worth of your chrome dioxide. Now, with chrome dioxide, you get, imagine you've got your rough here, okay? So 1 perfect cleavage line. When we say perfect cleavage, what we essentially mean is it's a weak point. Did you watch that thing on, was it Channel 4 the other day? Not allowed to say brands, but I think we all know what I'm talking about. They did a necklace, didn't they, with emeralds? Like that one, yeah, that shop. They were talking about, weren't they, how they had a diamond that they wanted to do in a specific cut, and the lapidrist was saying, it's either going to turn out to be this or this. One of the reasons that sometimes the gemstone will tell you what shape it is going to be in is because of things like cleavage. Because if you've got a cleavage line and you even slightly nick it, the whole gemstone will just fall to pieces. The whole block will just split right down that point. But chrome dioxide has 2 different directions of cleavage. So essentially, on every single one, if you hit it in a slightly different, slightly against it, the grain, it all just falls apart. From a block, a huge block of chrome dioxide that you'll get your hands on, you will waste around 90% of it. Because it's impossible. If you think, if you cut it across here, there's only small areas you can get your hands on it. I've only got 24 of these left now. 30 carats worth. Honestly, it is the most powerful green hue. When we're looking for chrome dioxide, we're looking for this serious saturation. And you have got it in abundance here, but you have got clarity like no other. 23 in stock. It's your last chance to purchase. What's your price today? How about £29.95? I think that is possibly the lowest I've ever seen chrome dioxide ever. I really think it is. The fact that you could be the last 20 people to own this today is something really special. We don't have it on often enough, and when we do, it's amazing to see it faceted in this manner. In a rondelle as well. The studio lights really do not do this justice. It's the most gorgeous pop of green. It's much poppier than what you're seeing now. It's more of a gorgeous, I don't even know how to describe it. Do you know what it is? It's chrome dioxide green, which I know sounds ridiculous, but that's what it is to the eye. It's a gemstone you will fall in love with time and time again. And the fact that you've got this in this manner is so beautiful. The fact that you've got your hands on this today for £29.95 is something special. But I've only got 15 of them left. 15, that's it. 30 carats worth of this. It's spring all over. Do you know what it is? It's like the most high-end emerald you could ever expect to get. It is Director Ben. Director Ben just said, it's like totally, he didn't say an American woman accent, but he said, it's like totally the colour the emerald wishes it was. Yeah, totally agree with that. Totally. You know, emerald, hey, that, ooh, doesn't it look like that £1 million thing that was on Channel 4? It looks like the emerald using that, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Because it's got that clarity and it's got that richness in colour. It does, doesn't it? 30 carats worth of it. I'm going to have to move on because although it says there's 13, that is about a minute behind now. So $29.95, get it whilst you can. It's the last time you'll see it, I'm sure. Where are we going? Ooh. Pop. How gorgeous colour pop is this? I love the drill hole on these again. Did you get those blue ones earlier? If you did, why not add these ones? Because you've got there sort of the sky, this is your sunburst. I'm coming to you in a bit. How's that going?
Going all right.
It's going gorgeous.
Yeah, it's going all right.
Golly, you're good, aren't you? What would you think of doing with this strand, my love? What magic would you work on this spell binding?
No, it's an unusual strand. So again, it's like one of those, like, you know, you put a couple together to get that effect of the layered effect.
Yeah.
See that movement as well. I think what's nice about it is that you could, whatever you do, whatever angle you see, that it's going to catch all the light and movement because of the way that it's drilled.
Yes, you're right.
If you did team it with the blue, it would look amazing.
Wouldn't it? In fact, a yellow one and a blue one just popped on top of each other as an earring. Pair of earrings.
Yeah,
because it's going to go at that angle. Now, I told you before, if you have less than 30 of anything, we're not allowed to bring it to you. The only reason we're allowed to now is because we got these before, a couple of days ago. We added them to our basket. We had over 30 then. Now I've only got 21. I'm giving you a good buy price on this. Should be £11.95 and has been that price online and on TV. We're going to go to a never ever seen before price on this strand. The lowest ever. 20 left though, you're going to have to be quick. It's just £8.95 for 160 carats worth of your yellow chalcedony in these facet puffy coins today. And they are 16 mil in size. What do you think? Saying that though, I see graduation. Who's on board? It doesn't say that there is in the description, but I would be inclined to say that there is, isn't there? You can definitely see that, can't you? Look at the size difference. But it does say 16 mil. I'm sure some are, but not all of them. I would suggest that possibly the ones in the centre are 16 mil, but maybe the two that highlighted the size just a little bit smaller. So you can have a lot of fun with this, because there's a lot in a similar size, but some just with a little bit of difference. Lowest ever seen, bargain basement, low price on this. Be prepared to say goodbye to it because it's going quick. I have got only 12 left of these now. 11 in fact, 160 carats. 10 left. FRRRU. Oh wait, FRRU. 64. I sound a bit Bristolian then.
You did sound really Bristolian then.
Did you think then?
I did think that.
Oh, and then it sounds like a pirate. Anyway, $8.95, 7 left. Get it whilst you can. And that is the end of my quantity avalanche. Well done if you managed to get your hands on any of those, because a lot of those are sell-outs. I've got for you now something to really, oh my days. Just have a look. I've got some 3 strands for you in the Spring Nugget collection. One of them is Labradorite. Oh, sorry. Blues, golds, silvers, greens, Labradorite. You've also got, hang on, where's my trusty ruler? I don't know, but 30 centimetres. Oh gosh, you're good, aren't you? Do you just match it this up, Spellbind? Look at the size of this. This is my 30 centimetre ruler. Ooh. Possibly on 40 centimetres here. As well as that, Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. This is Labradorite, as I said, 165 carats worth. Brand new strand. In a bundle. Chalcedony as well, which is just going to spark off the labradorescent stunning, isn't it? It's going to go really nicely. This is 270 carats off your blue chalcedony and your medium nuggets, all the way up to 25 by 5 mil on these ones today. Pretty strand. Very pretty strand. Boys, would you wear this strand in some form? Pete?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Ryan?
a necklace, that will go definitely like a little bit of a necklace.
Do you know those?
A bit of cord.
A bit of like leather cord. Do you know you used to get those shark teeth things?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I could see you in one of them, but swap it for a genuine gemstone, not a placky tooth.
No.
As well as that, I've got natural, totally natural, no heat, no glass, no resin, ametrine. 200 carats worth in here. Ametrine is such a special gemstone to get it totally naturally, as I'm sure you all know at home. Ametrine is a mixture between citrine and amethyst, but it is created completely by Mother Nature in this strand. And this is simply just a total phenomenon. If this gemstone was 3 inches lower in the ground, it would just be citrine. If these gemstones were 3 inches higher in the ground, it would just be amethyst. There's literally just that one point in the Earth's crust that you get this half and half split. It's a total phenomenon. Totally. So let's reiterate. Brand spanking new strand of Labradorite, really lengthy on that. Mine's around 40 to 45 centimetres, definitely 165 carats worth. You've got totally natural ametrine, 200 carats worth, and you've got a whopping 270 carats worth of, we agreed, a very unisex strand of blue chalcedony. We're going to do you a bundle discount today. All you're going to be paying, bearing in mind, brand new strand of Labradorites in there and natural ametrine. What price are you looking at spending for natural ametrine normally? £20, £25? At least 3 strands today. YHGC 38, £14. You will not see these together again, and you will certainly not be purchasing these separately at £14 either. £4, 66 pence per strand that works out as today. And that is so special. You can get your hands on genuine gemstones, a strand you've never seen before, and a strand that is totally beautifully natural. And this strand, which, let's be honest, it's unlike any other, isn't it? This blue chalcedony. I can't think of any other strand that is this colour. Even aquamarine isn't, is it? There's more greeny tone to it. It's just beautiful selection you've got here. There's plenty of you on the phone lines. Please stay where you are for this, because it's lovely to get your hands on it today. I've got June, Elizabeth, Marianne, Jackie, Darren, Mary, Terry, Ruth, Mary, Helen. I've got you as well purchasing some too. Thank you very much for getting your hands on these today. A couple of new telephone bidders as well. Oh, welcome along. If you're a new telephone bidder, you get a DVD and an intro book. And on the DVD, it gives you loads of little bits and bobs. It tells you how to do wire wrap, curl, coil, and loads of it, like the essentials, the essential things you need to know. So even if you have actually been a jewellery maker for a while, it's your first time, you're still going to get it. But if you've never done any jewellery making before and you just think, oh, why not branch out? Because a lot of people now, especially people who are finding it hard to get into work or finding it hard to, find a profession, such the ways of the world at the moment. A lot of people are going into making their own businesses, thinking outside of the box. Maybe you'll join us for the first time today thinking, actually, can't make a fair bit of money from making my own jewellery, but you haven't got a clue what to do. Do not worry, do not worry. The DVD and the booklet will start you off. Design inspiration will continue your journey. These three, one brand new strand, gorgeous ametrine, totally natural, with your chalcedony today. £14 for you, and that is all you're going to be paying. June, Elizabeth, Darren, Tom, Susan, Terry, Laura, May, lots of you purchasing this today at £14. Now we have had some messages in just wanting to know whether or not we've missed out on this other bundle. You did, but you didn't. Does that make sense? We will recap it for you now. This is your blossom petals. You've got in here 2 strands of opal and chrysoprase for you today. Should have been the year Laura was born, 1985. But it's actually just 12, that's all you're paying on this today. It's a cracking deal, should have been close to 20. You're making around an £8 saving on this today. It's got fire opal, it's got Australian opal. The Australian opal is the white. 155 carats worth of these nuggets. 135 carats of your chrysoprase in here as well. There's plenty of you waiting to get your hands on this. Michelle, Claire, Pauline, Paula. Check out your baskets. Pat, in Menorca, you're back. Pat. Talk about Pat all the time in Menorca. Oh, if she was in Menorca right now, that sun would sort my throat right out, wouldn't it? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, Pat. 14 of you on with this in your baskets at the moment. Just check out and then it'll be yours. £12 is your price on this currently today. Get your hands on it though whilst you can, because it should have been 1985. Got a tool for you as well, which I've not done yet today. It's your waxed Wycombe. Yay, it's back in stock. It's so easy to use. Let's have a little look at the little video somewhere. It's coming up for you in a second. Essentially, there's a hole in here. Pop your wire through, knot it on, give it a spin. Creates this beautiful effect. Look at that. Pop it in, bend it a bit. And then you can do this with whatever gauge you want as well. As long as you can get it through the hole, you're all fine. And then you spin it around, and then it gives you this kind of tapered wire wrap effect. So simple to use, and you can encapsulate things in there as well. If you do like, or if you've got quite a few strands that have got the tassels on the end of them, do what I love doing? Taking the tassels off and creating a wax Wycombe shape, and then just having that inside. You have a beautiful metal, and then just this little touch of the fabric out at the bottom. Just makes it look totally different. It's quite Egyptian actually. Wax Wycombe, back in stock, easy peasy to use. Price today is just £7.95 for you. Made in the UK, and it's only £7.95. May as well give it a go. Especially if perhaps you, because the thing is, to create that actual look is a little bit tricky. It takes a lot of time, but you can see how simple this is. And then, very basically, once you've got it as large as you want to, it's just a snip at the bottom, snip, and a snip at the top as well. Snip. You just pop that little section out, and then, whoop, pops off for you. Easy as that. £7.95, get your hands on it whilst you can. What you say, Mav? Yeah. Showed you this right at the beginning of the show. Bet you thought I'd forgotten. I hadn't. Coming up for you now. You have got your lovely portfolio bag. I love. Okay, but hold your horses. 20 left. I have for you. That's it. 20. Oh, 21. That's a lie. 21. Jewellery Maker portfolio bag. You've got your long arm piece, neck piece. Have it over your shoulder, do it as across the body. You've also got your front pocket in here, which you can, let's get these 6-inch pliers in. It's just, can you even see them? That's how massive it is. You can get so much in there. You've also got a pocket at the back, which is Velcroed. Oof, satisfying. Loads of space in there as well. 17 of these left. You've got your zip pockets, the large zip pockets. You zip them out. You've got your large pocket at the back here with a zip on, which you can pop in. Let's bring your price in. $14.95 this is, by the way. You've got a huge pocket in here. Do you take notes? Do you have notebooks, perhaps? You have your sketchbook. That'll fit in here, I'm sure, no problem. As long as it's not a whopping one, that'll fit in here. You've also got your really small, I've got it upside down, whoop. You've also got your small pockets, maybe for just your pairs of earrings or your rings. Because isn't it a nightmare? Are you like me sometimes? When you've got loads of necklaces in one place and they get all tangled, such a pain. But do not worry, with these you can keep them all separate. You've got the longer ones as well, great for cuffs, bangles, maybe long piece necklaces that you have as well. Even, what about just lining up your cards in here? And you've got the same at the other side as well, but this side, it's the other way. You see, sideways. And then, say all your bangles are in here, or your necklaces in the neck one, or your earrings in the next, you can just take these, get them out on your stand. Boom, boom. Out on your stand, done. Seconds to pack them up again. Just pop them in, it's Velcroed. And you can change the order as well. This one can go in first if you want, because there's Velcro on each of them. What if you've got a few of these, okay? Take out all of these, you could literally layer these centre pages up. If you've got 2 of them, why not just have one for like your wires and your reels and keeping them in place? The other one, just add as many of these centre pages as you want. 8 of them left though, that's it. That's all I've got for you on this wonderful portfolio bag at the moment. I know that quite a few, Sammy has got her hands on one of these. She had one of the totes bags as well, but she's got her hands on one of these, guest designer. And I know plenty of people have got a couple of these. They are really bright, really fun. Let's face it, they say what you are on them. I mean, come on, that's good, isn't it? They say you're a jewellery maker. It's nice, it looks professional. It's easy to use and really comfortable as well, because this is a really big strap. But you've also got just like a little hand carry as well here. It's lightweight, it's portable, but it's really useful as well. 5 of them left, that's it. £14.95, get it whilst you can. GOZX30 is your code on this today, get it whilst you can. £14.95, only 5 left. Don't forget it's only £2.95 for you on your postage packaging this afternoon. I'm coming over to you in about 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes. Is that all right?
Yeah, come over.
Some gorgeous bits. I have got a challenge to be showing you. 4 of these left, 3. Stay where you're on the phone, you might get them. You might also miss out. If you don't check out now, you have. Now, earlier on, if you recall, at the beginning of the show, when we first came to the lovely Laura, we gave her a challenge with some chunky monkey gemstones. And didn't she do well? You've got some gorgeous pieces in here.
Okay.
How amazing that you've managed to create these in essentially an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Pretty much.
I am in love. You've used a lazy daisy. You've done some beautiful, what a gorgeous technique.
Yeah, it's just swirling.
I love how you've encapsulated this gemstone as well.
See, it's just a nice simple ring, isn't it? And you don't need to go too over the top. You still get to see the beauty of the stone, so.
It's statement though. I have got the Rhodonite on my finger at the moment. This is the 600 carat strands. These are your puffy squares, 20 mil, $6.95. How did we create this look?
I just It's just a netted ring, so it's been, you know, it's got a woven ring shank, and then I just used the wire and finished it off with a netting. The netting technique is on the third DVD, and it's just experimenting. Again, I like the fact that you can bring the copper in just to tie it all together as well.
That's beautiful, isn't it? I do like loads of them left as well.
Yeah, well, that's what everything I've got left.
Look at all these.
I've literally I've used
loads in here as well.
7 stones.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Stunning. So that is Rhodonite. You've also got the fancy jasper, which we have used
in this one.
Oh, in this one here. These huge marquee shapes, they're stunning. These are ones at the bottom of your screen, 25 by 18 mil, $5.95 for that entire strand. And blimey, you've got some left, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
How have you created this?
It's
what
just
a lovely technique.
It's just using the 1.5 wire as the base and just taking the 0.6 copper and just swirling it around. And I actually went all the way around with just the pendant on, and then thought, actually I'm going to add some darker green ones, and I went back and just added them in, and then just added some more wire to decorate it.
I love that it just took you.
Yeah.
This is so ethereal. I can actually imagine that as some sort of headpiece as well.
Yeah, it has got that effect as well.
Definitely. And finally, we gave you Moonstone, which has been used on this piece. A little bit of Lazy Daisy on here as well.
Yeah, basically that was going to be a cuff.
Okay.
And I ran out of time.
Okay.
So I just bent it over and swirled a few swirls and turned it into a pendant. And then the Lazy Daisy bit that I was just demoing earlier, just getting to show you how it's done. I just quickly drew that through. I didn't want it to be too thick. I would have used probably a 1.25 or 1.5 as the torque. I've only used 1 mil because I've just done that for display purposes. But you know, if I had the wires, which we did have earlier, I would have used that.
Fab that you can create so much and have a ridiculous amount left. The Moonstone's the one that's at the bottom of the screen now. You had 105 carats worth on that. And they were all the way up to 15 by 4 mil, 15 centimetre strand for just $9.95 today. Laura, spellbinding, binding. I've had a blast. Thank you very, very much for today. Talk to me about when you're on with us next.
Next Friday. We might have a plan.
We have got a plan and a half. Are you going to take a selfie tonight and maybe put it on FB?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe give a little clue. Maybe we could give a clue.
Yeah, we'll give a clue. Yeah.
Okay,
We'll
so
do that in a
tell
minute.
people how they'll get on your Facebook page.
Yep, if you go and find me on JM Guest Designer Laura Binding, I'll get together with Pip and we'll do a little...
We'll do a selfie in the next, 10 minutes?
Yes.
To give you a little
Before I go.
clue. Let's just say Friday is going to be a total blast. You are a complete love. Thank you very, very much for that. And Ed's here.
I'm here.
Hello, lovely
You're
man.
right, Ursula.
How are you? What? I don't get that.
Oh well, that's
What,
your
from the
new
Little
Disney
Mermaid?
nickname
Do
after
you
the
know what?
Pumbaa crack last week.
Taking her only a week to think it up.
A week, it
True.
was Sunday.
Quick. Oh yeah, sorry, 3 days. That's
There you
better.
go. I spent 3 days watching Disney films. I could find the one
So
you looked
find
most
the
like.
one. That's a good one. Hi, what are you showing us today?
I'm showing you boxes. The trade show deals continue on the Late Show.
Fab. Tomorrow, I have got, they're going to come in very handy for tomorrow, in fact, because tomorrow I have a bridal show for you. We're going to be making makes for brides, bridesmaids, groomsmen, and basically the whole party. So get some boxes tonight.
Get some boxes. The trade show deals continue. Follow me.
See you
We'll come
soon.
over here. We'll crack on with the Late Show. Is my mic here? Yes, everyone can hear me. That's okay. I thought I heard someone say your mic's out. So, right. Okay. Well, welcome to the Late Show. My name's Ed. Sorry, and I'm very excited because we know how many people have you got involved with us this morning on the trade.